Good afternoon and welcome back to Heroes Lounge S Division. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here in day number 2 with our first of 3 best of 5s. We are going to be getting into Celeb Gaming versus Perfect Gems for game number 1 here. We will be having 2 more best of 5s, as I said, right after these, but first off, I know you're all sitting at home wondering how we got here, and I got you covered on that information. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Celeb Gaming. They have the higher seed, so they can either choose map pick or first pick priority. They're going to be opting for first pick for this game number 1. Sky Temple was banned out by them. Unfortunately, I do not have a Garden of Terror little icon, but you just have to pretend like it's there. That was banned out by Perfect Gems, and since the members of Celeb Gaming have first pick, that is going to be map pick priority from Perfect Gems, taking us to Volskaya Foundry. Let's go ahead and get back into our draft and see how this is going to be unfolding. Good afternoon, everyone. Day, good to see you. Sir Lock, Kaleo, KPB, Straw, Table. How are you doing? Good to see you all. Thanks for coming by. All right, let's get into this a little bit further. We have a Sylvanas ban on the right-hand side, a Samuro ban on the left. Now, a little interesting that Samuro's being banned out. He did actually have a bug as of recently, but we all kind of know about this because it's been posted in the league chats and all that. So for anyone that is wondering, Samuro's level 7 is banned out. God, it's like the Way of the Blader. No, it's like Phantom Pain, I believe is the name of the talent. Phantom Pain is banned at level 7. Also to note, Zul is banned because of the way that the skeletons are not properly working. So we are going to be getting a Chen ban as well as an Ana ban, getting rid of the Ana. I mean, you might as well banana. And we are going to be seeing, hey, Straw, thank you for the follow, as well as Ellie, thank you for the follow earlier as we were getting into this. Sorry for the slight delay. We were trying to figure out how admins and everything was working today because I did not know. Joanna to be the first pick on the left-hand side. They're going to be locking in a strong tank. Volskaya Foundry, very rotation heavy. You're going to also be getting a lot of good fights, and Joanna as an anchor being able to pull those members in with the Condemn as well as the Shield Glare to blind them is a really strong tool, and you have the slow off of the Subdue, or the Punish, excuse me. On the right-hand side, going to Volskaya Foundry, I was going to say we could see some disruption. I was wondering if we would see Mal'Ganis. He did get nerfed in our most recent patch earlier this week, and ETC has actually been at the forefront of disturbance. It seems, or not disturbance, disruption. Disruption seems to be the big play as of late, especially on these point control based maps. ETC able to also get those angles. You can power slide, use the face melt. If you go for loudspeakers at level 4, you're able to get a bigger face melt range, so you can push people back further. Hanzo has good poke. They're going to grab a Li Ming here. I wonder if they actually grab an Anduin with this very early, just to be able to lock in a really strong healer. No, they're actually going to go for the Rainer. Okay, I was like, it's either looking for some sustained damage or they're going to be looking for their healer. Anduin did get a buff in the last patch, and I think he's still in a great spot overall, so I think he might be a high priority for some of these players. Ash Mantle, good to see you. Mango and Kiwi, how's it going, friend? Race and Swanky, just all the cool kids in chat. All of the cool kids in chat. I hope you're all here for some. Zul is slightly broken right now, just a wee bit. But yeah, no. I hope you all are enjoying your Saturdays. I hope it's nice and cozy for all of you. As a Malthael actually will be banned out. They don't want to deal with that in the solo lane, as well as in the team fight. Sorry, I'm piecing things together here, and I'm like, you know, we have Liam here on the side of Celeb Gaming. We could be seeing a Yrel pick, or because I'm surprised by the Malthael ban, because that means that they're okay with the Yrel, and Liam's always been a punishing force on that Yrel. People have said that it's easy to counter. I really don't feel like I see that too often. Also, I mean, I was watching, yep, so that's the thing. I was like, they're not banning out because they want to steal this Yrel away, and that makes a lot of sense. Hey, Mikey, how's it going, friend? Good to see you. Killer Panda as well. All the cool kids in chat. Thanks for coming by, friends. I hope you're ready for a whole lot of S Division games. We have potentially 15 games today. Total. If we go to game 5 in all 3 of our matches, we have 15 games. I kind of hope for that, honestly. Dear Lord O'Malley Music, thank you so much for the 700 bits. Thank you so much, O'Malley Music, for supporting. If there's a bug with Sam, isn't it universal ban in place and preventing the game ban? No, so it's I might have misspoke earlier. And this is sorry, I'm kind of jumping all over the place. There's the Anduin ban for Celeb Gaming. I was also talking about how I saw Liam playing some Sonya here and there on Leon's stream a couple, like I think against them, or maybe no, it was Pirate stream. Anyways, so I was wondering if they were going to go into that Sonya, then a Stukov and a Kael'thas to round things out on the side of Perfect Gems. is not a bad idea at all. That chain bomb will force the enemy team to kind of split, and you maybe can capitalize onto that with your rel as well to maybe single out or isolate a single target. Mikey, thank you for the raid. Thank you for bringing all your friends over here. But overall, strong draft coming out from both sides. I'm really excited about this. I am so all over the place. So backing up to where the where we were talking about Samuro. Samuro has a level 7 talent ban, so it's just specifically on a talent. But the thing is, Samuro is still an oppressive force, and I've talked with Stark, and he actually mentioned he's like, that's not really that big of a talent anyways. It's not something that a lot of people go for. Unfathomable, thank you for the follow as well. Glad you're enjoying the stream. So that's the thing. So Zool is flat out banned. Zool as the character is banned out, but Samuro just as a single talent ban, he's still actually insanely impactful. As I was saying, Stark, who I chatted with, was like, it's a talent you can take, but it's not a talent you typically do take. It's not something that's like really powerful. But I feel like the big thing is, you know, if there's something that people can exploit to get extra damage or get an advantage, you might as well ban it out and get rid of it so the league has a little bit more fair play. So those are the bans that we are going to be seeing here in our league. But you know what else we're going to be seeing? Game number 1. Oh no, I'm on the wrong UI. I knew it. I knew I was going to mess this up. I don't think I can swap mid-game. We can try, but I don't think it's going to let me. I knew, like, I was doing ops for Tetra last night, and I was like, yeah, totally. All right, hold on. I should have a scene for this. Oh, professional caster already kicking in. I think it's replay cast if I can find it. Hold on, it might be on my stream deck a little bit easier. Replay this one. There we go. Hey, look at that. Good enough. Look at that. Casting quality. Perfect casting quality. Nothing's wrong. Alrighty, on the left-hand side, we'll do our best to show the talents and everything, or the questing talents as the game does progress here. Oops, I'm off on my cursor. So we got Heavy on that Anduin. Liam is going, or Vesper is going to be on the Sonya. We got Maka going to be on the Raynor. Leon Black will be on that Joanna and Tiger JK on the Li Ming. On the right-hand side, 4 perfect gems. We got Unaverted on the Hanzo, Valimar to be on the Yrel. We've got Zugrug on that ETC. Legacy's going to be on the Stukov, and CPX is going to be on the Kael'thas. Really quickly looking at some of the level 1s, we do pretty much have, I'd say, standards across the board. This is going to be Sonya going to bottom lane. She did go into block at level 1, or tough as nails, so she's going to be getting that physical armor going into Valimar. That might be a good way for them to sustain themselves, but this is going to be our bottom lane matchup as the game does progress here. Now, I wonder, no, I think with this UI, I can't even like split vision or anything like that. So unfortunately for this game, we'll have the wrong UI, but the next game we definitely will have the correct one. My apologies, everyone. Oh, 10-4. Okay. You mean the better UI? Yeah. I feel really bad that you'll have to see this, because this is the issue with this one right now, is just this whole thing. But we'll pop this up every so often, be able to show you this, and it's only for one game. Anyways, we are going to be just seeing Maka and Valimar still going back and forth here. They did split their Sonya off to the left-hand side to grab that camp. Zugrug went in for the invade. It looks like they're actually might be punished here, as that will be first blood in favor for the members of Celeb Gaming. Legacy going to get chased as well. They're looking to get some auto attack damage in there, but the slows will be enough from... Oh, wait, actually, no, the penetrating route. Maka walks up. It's like, no, you're not getting away with that one right there, Stukov. So they do find a kill onto the Stukov. 2 kills for none. And then rotate into top lane. CPX is still picking up those regeneration globes, working on that Mana Addict at level 1. That is an uncapped quest. Once you hit the 20, you do get the Arcane Barrier, that's the word for it. And then beyond that, you can keep increasing your mana, which will actually keep increasing the Arcane Barrier. This looks like it's going to be point grabbed. No, there's a Sliver. Sliver still held over. Leon Black just sitting on this point, letting Tiger JK dump all this damage in. There's a power slide from ETC onto Vesper, who does get hit with a gravity lapse. They're going to trade out kills right there. Yrel for Sonya. This will be the biotic emitter. Attempted to be grabbed, but the Stukov was using the lurking arm. Li Ming looking for a reset onto Zugrug. Won't be able to find it. Maybe? No, they're going to throw a stray combo out, and that's not going to connect onto anyone as the push does spread to ETC, and we should be seeing our first objective announced in the next couple seconds, and it will be up and available at the 3-minute mark in game. Until then, it's going to be grabbing camps, putting some pressure out, and getting closer to their 7 talent tier. With the couple kills that they managed to get right there, they're going to be very, very close to said. Well, they're going to be closer to the 7 talent tier. I for some reason, I jumped in my head. I was like, yeah, it's 6 to 5. No, it's just about to be 6. So we can just see right here really quickly. Kael'thas is at 7 stacks, and the ETC's at 4. Those are just kind of keeping you up to date on that information. We actually can go ahead and look at some of the individual stats as well right now, as we are waiting for this first objective phase to pop off, as this is Leon and Zugrug going to be contesting the point right now. You can see on the right-hand side, there's that little A bar, or that little the bar inside the A, that's going to allow you to see how far when you have full control of the point. So if you have 2 people on it, you're going to contest it and it won't move at all. And once you actually do get it fully charged, you can start building that percentage to the 99. If no one's there, then you get the Trigger Protector. But there you can see it's going to go full, and they're going to be able to get some charge in their favor. But it looks like they might have to be, they might have to back off a little bit here, as this is going to be. I'm waiting to see if the 7 talent here really changes things, and do they end up backing off because of it? Because they have a slight advantage with those couple kills they got earlier. Condemn. Hostile spreading from player to player. Unaverted going to get the leap over the wall. CPX still on the side of the point, getting body blocked by a couple members. That's going to be Valimar jumping in. Chastise from Anduin did connect onto them. This will be 51% in favor for the members of Perfect Gems, but now Celeb Gaming going to cycle back, grab some items, tap some wells, and prepare for another invade, or at least another battle right now, as they're going to try and keep this point over in their favor. Leon playing to the corner of that, but they realize they can't stay too long, as Vesper was still on that point. There's a huge lurking arm. Leap of Faith to save the Joanna right there, but Valimar now in a bit of a rough spot. This is going to be Sonya still spinning to win, and they get the slam onto the ground. Body Commander was immediately dropped over there. They end up forcing the enemy team back. They get no charge in their favor, and this goes back over to the side of Celeb Gaming, who now wants to invade onto this camp. I do believe it actually wasn't grabbed just yet. I don't know if anyone, I think they grabbed it and immediately threw it on the ground right there. So that's going to be the ETC face melt pushing one of the members to the side. The Sonya does go down. They're looking for a reset onto Tiger. That's going to be one. They're looking for a second onto Valimar, but there's too many members protecting them from taking the damage from Li Ming, because once it doesn't pierce through anyone. Oh, nice Iron Skin coming out from Leon Black right there. 39%. We do have Maka jumping on the point just to get some channel for themselves, and it looks like they're going to stay on that, as it still was a 1-for-1 trade. ETC just about to be back up. Urel can try and put some pressure here, but I think they're going to wait. It's also going to rotate their Kael'thas into top lane to be able to clear this out a little bit faster, make sure that they don't lose their front gate just to the minion wave. This will also get them some experience, as well as some more regeneration globes. Currently sitting at 13 on that Kael'thas. Hanzo did finish out their level 1 quest on the simple geometry, so they do have that extra scatter on the scatter arrow. Zell, what's up, bud? John Mel, how you doing? All the cool kids in chat. Zul Rose, how you doing, friend? That's going to be a lurking arm from the Stukov. Vesper taking a whole lot of damage. They end up cycling back. They get some heals out from Anduin. A couple flash heals went out. This is still control point A being contested, as we are 5 minutes and 30 seconds into our game, and looks like they're going to keep this overtime for now, but they have to stand on this point the whole time. Leon Black going to get hit with a gravity lapse. There's a lurking arm underneath it, and they find a kill onto Leon. That's going to be Maka taking a whole lot, and they don't get close enough to find the kill from Valimar. Actually, but CPX finds themselves a flame strike at the gate, and that's going to be a double kill in their favor, pushing themselves way further up in experience, because late game experience is a lot more impactful than early game. I don't think I have. Nope, I'm just breaking things now. All right, there we go. I was like, maybe let's do control 4, and then it was just like, let's jump to a player. No, either way. 10 talent here will be here in favor for the members of Perfect Gems. I'm going to go ahead and show the stats once again, just to get an idea of what those look like, as this looks to me as if we are going to be giving first Trigger Protector over to the side. Oh, Vesper tried to jump on the point at the last second. They tried to put their foot on the edge of that control point, but they don't manage to do so. And they still need to look for that 10 talent here. You can see Leon just pops the Iron Skin, walks into wave, looking just to get that last little bit of experience they need. This is going to be standard Trigger Protector thus far, using the Gunner to whittle down the front gate. Once that ammo's depleted, they're going to go ahead and rotate that back up rotate into top lane to be able to push up there. Looking at some of our heroics, actually, I just saw a straight Blessed Shield go out, or it might have actually bounced off of CPX. This is the Trigger Protector now forcing them back, and that's going to be Li Ming getting hit with that Rocket Glove, getting forced back. Gravity lapse onto Leon Black as they get a condemn onto Legacy, but right now the Trigger Protector getting a whole lot of damage in this front gate. The big reason we see this rotation coming out, you get a little damage into mid, you open up top lane and you go for the well, is because the lane sustain over control point B. If you can get rid of that, that's going to help you out a ton when it comes to these sustained fights on these control points. They are going to be focusing onto that well, as you can see right there, working their way through, making sure they're opening up the lane so they can step up further. That's going to be a Pyroblast onto Maka. I don't know if it's enough damage. It apparently is. I was looking at their health bar and I was like, I don't know about this. I'm not a whole lot sure. What is the Pyroblast doing? 1,300, well, it was 1,386, I think it was. So it did just scale because they just leveled up, as you saw that. But also, there was a stray Hanzo arrow that just went across the map. But either way, we are going to be seeing this Biter Committer being attempted by the members of Perfect Gems. These talents are always visible. Reminiscent of HTC days, yeah. I don't know. I always like the other UI because I can show it. I think the information's a lot more clear, and I think the whole UI is a lot clearer overall. Anyways, No invade onto this camp right now. Blessed Shield, I think, just came out. CPX taking a whole lot of damage. They're going to focus this Kael'thas, trying to get the kill onto them. They do manage to do so. Tiger JK does get a reset. Going to look for another combo into the enemy team. Doesn't find anything, so they're just going to back off and get prepared for control point B. I believe we're still like a minute and a half or so off from that one. So it's going to be a little bit of time before that happens, and we are going to be having 2 camps up on the left and right-hand side. We do have Valimar pushing Leon Black around, but I think that's mostly like they're not going to kill them or anything. It's just they're pushing them around in that bottom lane. I'm watching minimap to see how we're going to be playing this. Looks like the Urel is still showing in bottom. Maka's just going to get pulled out with the Leap of Faith underneath that lurking arm. Vesper getting pushed around right now by Zugrod. Does cycle back. They do open up this top lane front gate for themselves. ETC trying to step forward. I do believe, I think, did they finish? Oh, they're actually 6 stacks away from that proc rock. The Kael'thas was at 26 stacks on the Mana Addict at level 1, so they've buffed that up a little extra on top of it's like roughly like 300, 400 that they get from the from finishing the quest itself. Moist Waynes, thank you for the 69 bits, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Lance, good to see you. I hope your Hearthstone Battlegrounds games have been going well as well. I have been struggling. That's just the that's the truth of it in my own games. New meta. It's just the dragon meta is confusing still. All right. Li Ming to clear out this mid lane, as there is going to be a camp grabbed by the members of Perfect Gems to try and pressure up top a little further. Leon is going to be able to get the shield glare onto Zugrod. Power slide does catch the foot of, oh my god, the blow up potential. They find it onto Joanna right there. CPX is able to find themselves a kill. And they're going to step further forward through top lane. They want to try and open up this front, or not the front gate. They want to take down the entire fort. This is going to be a wave coming in from the members of Celeb Gaming, just trying to put some pressure back into the lane. But overall, I mean, this is a whole wave plus a camp pushing up onto the fort and an enemy team that has killed your Joanna. So anchoring is a little difficult as Vesper does rotate up to try and pressure back the enemy team. Moist Waynes, thank you for the host. I appreciate that as well. And we get to our control point. Maka's going to be jumping up here to try and stop this for now. As you can see, and as we discussed beforehand, it's not going to be fully charged. So they don't have that potential for any sort of percentage in their favor. As CPX is just throwing some flame strikes backwards, as they are going to be turtling back into their top lane, making sure they're going to regroup. They are really close to 16, so Urel's going to jump into bottom lane, literally, and then try and grab that and push themselves further forward with that one. Also going to grab a camp over here, and this actually will solidify the experience they need. That should be enough. Ooh, but Vesper coming in here. This will be a 2v1. They do have a turret themselves. They do have Wrath Berserker, but not going to be jumping onto that just yet. We actually have Leon on the point up there. It's 15 to 16 in levels. We have a solid level lead for the members of Perfect Gems. Celeb Gaming trying to find their way back into game number 1 here in our first of 3 best of 5s. Lots of RNG. Just need to get used to the possible. That's true, yeah. The hard thing is just piecing the things, like piecing the new compositions and like seeing the angles. Like that's the hardest part for me. Is like I always just get like I'm just like I want to do this, and I try and force it, and you just can't. Also, Lido, good to see you, friend. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. So we have charge in favor for the members of Perfect Gems. They're going to be trying to build up this Triglav Protector for themselves, as they are going to be going for this Biotic Emitter, but right now Leon jumps onto the point. They are down a member, but also they are, well, both teams are down a member. I peeked at top and I was like, oh yeah, Urel's not there, but then I saw bottom lane. Sonya's down there trying to push for 16 talent tiers. They back off, give the Biotic Emitter away to the enemy team, but they do solidify a 16 talent tier themselves. I just want to quickly peek and see what some of our quests and talents look like. Everything is completed, and we do have 35 total stacks on that Kael'thas right now. Excuse me, we don't have subdue finished. That's the only thing that has not been finished quest-wise between either team. Sonya trying to put some pressure on to Urel. It's going to be a condemn. Wow, that ETC existed and then didn't. Okay. There's a whole lot of prep, a whole lot of pepper, and a whole lot of burst from Li Ming coming out, so that will be a nice kill into ETC for the members of Celeb Gaming. Currently at Perfect Gems. Ooh, arrows rocketed from the Hanzo. Kael'thas throws the Pyroblast onto Maka, trying to get that damage into them unaverted. Very low, does get the popped pustule from Stukov, as we have Valimar jumping in once again. Hyperion does come through. That's going to be Absorption. Ardent Defender used by that Urel. Legacy trying to cycle back towards the friendly team. Pops another pustule, get a lot of healing onto them. Leon trying to get a kill here isn't really working out. They're also trying to get away from the enemy team. That is going to be a 2-for-1 in favor for the members of Perfect Gems, as they are going to jump into the Triglav Protector, try and grab themselves a top lane fort. I would expect this to be like top lane to mid lane, maybe to bottom. I don't think they're going to go. I've seen some teams going for the top lane keep. I don't think this is one of the situations where they would have. They could have, but just because of the fact that everyone rotated out of lane so quickly and wasn't going to push up with the Triglav Protector means that they just want to try and get as much value across the map rather than just pressuring out one lane. The reason that I bring up this top lane thing is because I've seen teams do it, and it does have a lot of value. The next control point is control point C, so if you take out a keep, if you're able to take out that keep in top lane, which is a bit of a gamble, you are now putting constant catapult pressure through the top lane, and control point C becomes more of a delayed fight for you. You don't need to win it immediately. You can just kind of poke at them. You need to deny them their Triglav Protector, maybe some charge, and then you can cycle back in and off the point, but that means you have that constant catapult pressure coming through the lane, winning that over and potentially going to their core. That will split the enemy team a little bit further. But right now, Triglav Protector from control point B is still pushing in. They opened up top lane, same thing in mid, and now they're looking to put some pressure into bottom. There was the Rocket Glove going out from, I think it meant to be on Damaka, but they end up just hitting the tower, so they're going to get a couple shots in there and now just back off, as this is a fairly good siege coming out from the members of Perfect Gems. The Triglav Protector is going to be falling right there. Flailing Swipe coming out from Legacy saying, you know what, we're done with this team fight. We've gotten everything we want out of it. Let's get back into lane. Let's get some more experience. Push for 20s and potentially win out this game, because right now Perfect Gems has got some great momentum in their favor. Invade going to be coming in, but they see it happening. Leap of Faith going to be coming out. That's going to be a Pyroblast onto Joanna, who the Iron Skin ends just as it hits, and they end up getting the pop from Urel for the kill. Hanzo throws an arrow out, and I can't even talk because that just locks down Anduin. Whew. Ooh-wee. Hector, what's up, bud? Good to see you. Dayuki, how you doing, friend? This is going to be the bottom lane fort now, taken down as well. So 3 forts effectively during that Triglav Protector phase. I mean, it's over, but we'll count this as maybe the aftermath or just the cooldown afterwards. But still, just able to get that much value from it's really beneficial. And they push in for 20 talent here on top of that, opening up their bottom lane, because if they are able to grab control point C, which should be popping up somewhere in the 17 mark in the game, if they can get this control point C, they can end the game. But it looks like they actually want to step further forward right now. I mean, there are 2 dead still. Anduin and Joanna are down for the next 1 to 13 seconds. I want to just peek at the Sonya versus Urel battle in top lane, see how that's going, as there's just a clean disengage from bottom lane. I think they're just going to let this top lane crash in a little bit further, wait for the Joanna and Anduin to get back with the friendly team, as they actually are just now getting back in, and Anduin working their way from the Hall of Storms, but still need to find themselves a solid level and a quarter, level and a half, however you want to look at that one, as Perfect Gems run around this map getting everything they need. Hanzo actually went into Bullseye as well, which I always love, like, the Bullseye talent, because it's such an odd one, but at the same time, like, if you're accurate with it, you can get so much value. Because there's a slight delay. It's not point and click per se, but it's very, very close. Lou, how's it going? Alright, sorry, I was just sipping some tea while they actually just rotated across the map. That works out for me, as they are going to be trying to open up this bottom lane further. I mean, they have 20 talent here. They're just gonna flex on Celeb Gamer, or at least attempt to. So that was a really good spear from Sony. Unfortunately, there was just a face melt from Zugger just to force them back immediately. Leon Black throws out a Blessed Shield. I believe they're going to have the Condemn. They're going for this pre-20 fight. That's going to be a Flailing Swipe out from the Stugov Mosh Pit from the ETC. Will be going out. Pyroblast from Kael'thas hits Li Ming. She takes a bit of a cartwheel in the sky as the Death Mosh was triggered. Vesper just trying to live in the enemy team so that way they can heal through it. But they have too much damage reduction, or excuse me, armor mitigation as well. Spell damage like, there's just so much reduction onto them. They're just like, I need to back out of here because I'm not able to spin to win. And now we have control point C opening up. A Li Ming for a ETC. And they grab themselves another camp, and they'll be able to jump on point and get some more, get themselves some channel in their favor. Dear Lord. But it's 20s up on both sides. What are we going to be getting? So we have Glyph of Faith from the Anduin, so it's going to be a second Coal. Radiating Faith? No, that sounds wrong. Oh, no, it's right. Okay. Sorry, just 2 faith things in a row. It's like when you answer, like, B too many times on a test in school, you're just like, nah, this is not right. There can't be this many B answers, or however many of the same thing. But still, Repulsion from the Li Ming. Pretty much standards across the board. We are going to be seeing Execute for the Rainer right there. I'm just trying to skim through these really quickly. Yeah, nothing majorly out of the ordinary. Looks like Li Ming is going to be able to work their way towards this team fight, as we do have charge slightly in favor for the members of Celeb Gaming, but you can see they've stepped off the point. They're maybe trying to play into perfect gems. Valimar looking to jump on the point, trying to capitalize, but they're not able to get over there in time. Leon Black forces them away, and this should actually be charged for Celeb Gaming, but oh no, Valimar got on the like I think the game was just like maybe no. Either way, 20 is up, and we do have a big old team fight. Kael'thas throwing in some flame strikes from a distance. Hyperion coming out from the Rainer. This is going to be Light Bomb out onto Leon Black. Unfortunately, Conveyor Belt's not going to be helping out with that. Heavy going to get hit with the Pyroblast, but not going to go down. Meanwhile, Vesper on the right-hand side of your screen is going to be trying to live through the enemy team, not able to do so. Power Slide from the ETC is going to be forcing Tiger JK back, and it looks like they find 2 kills, and they could grab a Trickle Up Protector, but they're going to be looking to maybe just run it through bottom lane and end game. Leon Black taking them on a bit of an adventure. They did not go into the Indestructible, so they're not going to proc that in a second, but they do have the Subdue at level 4, from level 7, and if they hit 2 or more heroes, they get the 80% slow, and that was a really good way for them to disengage. They don't die, and they actually delayed things out. They gave roughly 20 to 30 seconds for a couple members to get back up, but as I said, it's still 20 to 30 seconds away. They have 3 for defense. The enemy team is starting to approach their core. Power Slide from the ETC. No, actually, Mosh Pit is up and available if they want to try and lock down one. Flailing Swipe onto Leon Black. That's going to be a Blessed Shield thrown out, hitting every single person. Maka just trying to put some pepper onto the enemy team as we have 16 to 20 seconds on 2 players to come back. Power Slide from the ETC. They are going to get a Gravity Blast with a Flailing Swipe. Actually, a little anti-synergistic. Light Bomb goes out. That's going to be the ETC going down. Ardent Defender used by Yrel. Doesn't get them a whole lot, but they still turn around and burn down the Rainer. Now we have Sonya back up, Li Ming up in a couple seconds. Heavy still living through all of this, and Leon Black just chasing into the 4 members as they're just trying to leave the lane. ETC, as we noted earlier, did die. They did get the Death Mosh off, but there was no one hit by that. And this is a core defense so well played by the members of Celeb Gaming. Run it down. What's up, War? Eloquent Bambi, how you doing? How's your Saturday? I'm semi-EU friendly. I mean, it's like 10 o'clock in Central Europe, but hey, semi-Europe friendly. All right, we got channel coming in favor for the members of Celeb Gaming. They do have catapult some catapult pressure mounting into top lane. Hitting for a significant amount right now. Hitting for a decent amount, 377 if I saw that correctly. Condemn coming in, that's gonna be a Light Bomb as well. The Blessed Shield goes out, they're looking to burn down Hanzo, who ends up getting picked off right there. A staggered death is exactly what Celeb Gaming needs to bring themselves back in this game, but the pressure that's mounting into top lane will need to be managed. I expect Vesper or someone to be sent back to deal with that. I can't imagine that they just let that go. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do let it go, and it's actually not that big of a deal, and I don't realize that, as they are going to be pushing on in with the control point C Trickle Up Protector through bottom lane. Valimar getting the far side of this, trying to force back the enemy team if they do step up with that Righteous Hammer. Oh my god, not ETC. Pyroblast actually thrown into the Trickle Up Protector. It does a sliver of health to that. Maka is back and joining into the friendly team, gets hit with the Flame Strike that is going to be applying that Living Bomb onto them with that Ignite from level 16. 16, right? Yeah, Ignite. But now, Hyperion coming through, Trickle Up Protector on a keep. They're actually turning this around. Look at the top keep, though. And mid lane, I believe, went down during this as well. I'm cheating, yeah. I had to look back at stream. I had to cheat a little bit. But yeah, they end up getting a keep in bottom, but they're going to lose their mid and potentially top. Actually, no, this one just might be hanging out for a little bit here, as the wave is working very well for them. But this mid lane, ooh, that's a bit of a rough go right there. As this Trickle Up Protector is still 47 seconds on that. They're considering, you know, can we end with this? Can we make something happen here? Oh, the Blessed Shield misses right there. I think they were looking for a single target blow up onto Zugra, just looking to lock them down, blowing the Blessed Shield, but there's Hanzo rips an arrow that's going to be Li Ming able to blink away. Maka in a bit of a rough spot. Flailing Swipe kind of saving them a little bit, but Valimar gets the Goomba Stomp. Mosh Pit comes out onto the Joanna, and Valimar tries to jump on them. Unfortunately, that Glyph of Faith really working out, and they get that Leap of Faith right out of there. This is going to be a long disengage through bottom lane, and it looks like Leon is going to be trying to sacrifice themselves, or at least disrupt things to slow down the enemy team. Tiger JK just dumping dealing damage as they are going to be backing off. We do currently see Leon over here in our lower portion. Can they get away? No, the power slide's a little too thick, and they're going to be getting picked off right there. Top lane did go down during all of this. Vesper considering to go up there, but they realize they need all 3 members to defend this core. And I mean, if Lehman can get a reset, there's potential for them to, but there's a whole lot of healthy people coming in through this bottom lane. Legacy going to be spreading that push around for a little pre-healing. Vesper trying to just play and split the enemy team, but Hanzo just like, I want to end game. Tiger JK in a bit of a rough spot. Pyroblast thrown onto them. Sonya goes down as well, and all that's left is Anduin, who mounts up and leaves. This is going to be game number 1, going over to the members of Perfect Gems. GG. Well played. That was a good game 1. Reminder to change the UI. I actually changed it at the start of that game. It's already been swapped over. But thank you for the reminder. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I was like, I don't care if people see me menuing. We have to change this immediately. But thank you. Deadbolts, how's it going, friend? Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. All right, let's mark that was won by them. Let's get over back into our match lounge. All right, cool. Okay. Let's show talents really quickly. Alrighty. Leon playing like it's Storm League? Dang, BM. BMW, how you doing, friend? Cool. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anything. All right, let's get things going here. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I played some D&D this morning. I had some fun with my friends. And now, we do some Heroes of the Storm. Let's... Oh, I have friend request. Okay. Oh, that works. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get... Where's Tiger? I think I have Tiger added. Cool. All right, I want them in my recent PM so that way I can get people into lobbies better. Maka, Hebi, Valimar, Legacy, Leon, Unaverted, Vesper. No, Vesper's on the wrong side. CPX, Zagrug, Unaverted, Legacy, Valimar. Let me just make sure the teams are correct. I think Valimar gets hat over here. Yep. Spooky Worm. All right, yeah, no, I had a wonderful day. I slept in, I made a big breakfast, I played some D&D, and now we're here casting some games. We have a wonderful afternoon of Heroes of the Storm action for all of you at home. Because it was during the game, thank you, Weenus, for the 69 bits.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Alrighty. So we just got to get readies out from the teams, and then we'll get going.
Some cake and pie later, buddy.
Thank you so much, Jinxie Cat, for the raid. Welcome everyone from Jinxie's stream. I hope you had a wonderful time playing D&D. Cat Peach with the Spooky Worm. Thank you, Cat Peach. And oh wow, okay. Thank you, Kaleo, for giving the shout out to Jinxie Cat. Thank you, my friend. Okay. This plat player pretty good. Dear Lord. All right, we just got to get it ready because one player is in the bathroom right now. Thank you so much, Kaleo, for shouting out Jinxie Cat. I'm sorry, I'm a little scrambled. We're trying to organize everything at once, and it is difficult. But either way, Zug was free XP trading. Dear Lord. Hold on one second. There's been an eyelash in my glasses that entire game. It was bothering me. All right. Team. So Tiger was the who said that they're ready? Okay, so yeah, Team 1 is just still waiting. I think there's just one player in the bathroom from
they realized they need to
Celeb
stop
Gaming.
because they got 69 in the bank. Nice.
Thank you, Moist Venus, for the 69 bits. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, also, really quickly on the note of Jinxie Cat, if you do enjoy D&D stuff and content, I highly recommend you check her out. Really good D&D stream that we do every Saturday, and she also streams her practices with the Ghillie Sharks, so if you like Heroes of Storm content, you should be following her as well. But we see... Or we're just waiting on one player to get out of the bathroom, and then we'll get going into game number 2. I'm like, this is the third time I'm checking it, but I'm just making sure that we're on the right UI, because I was like, I don't want to go back to that last one. It was so clunky. Opening loot boxes. Okay,
They
all
realized
right.
they need to stop because they got 69
Jinxie Cat,
in
thank you for the
bank.
69 bits.
Nice.
All right. They started opening loot boxes, and so I was like, yeah, we're probably ready here, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We are absolutely ready. So let's go ahead and get on into game number 2. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes Lounge S Division. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here in game number 2 of our first best of 5 of the day. We have got Celeb Gaming versus Perfect Gems, and Perfect Gems are up 1 in our series. If you're sitting at home and you're wondering how we got to Cursed Hollow, I got you covered, friends. The home team this evening is going to be Celeb Gaming with the higher seed in the playoffs. They are given first pick or map pick priority. It's their choice. They chose first pick for game 1. They banned out Sky Temple. The members of Perfect Gems, I don't have an icon for it, but banned out Garden of Terror. So they did get a ban. We didn't just, take one away from them. But Volskaya Foundry was the first map chosen by Perfect Gems and won by them. The members of Celeb Gaming as the losing team can either choose map pick priority or first pick priority for game number 2. They chose first pick, meaning that Perfect Gems had to choose map, and they will be choosing to take us to Cursed Hollow. Let's get back into our draft and find out what's going to be happening here for our game number 2. Samuro banned out once again. Sylvanas, the same thing on the right. Maka's, and it's like I believe it's Maka plays a really good Sylvanas, and that's probably why we're seeing it being banned out right there. Anubrak to be gotten rid of as well, as he dies really well on this map. He's able to engage into the enemy team. The web wrap's a good way to shut someone down, and his overall presence is very threatening consistently throughout team fights that are very long and kind of sustained or dragged out. But Ana, once again, to be banned out, just ban Ana. Just banana. So, first pick coming out from the members of... I was gonna say of Leon Black, and I was just like, no, of Celeb Gaming, as we actually have a URL. They really want this URL for game number 2. They're like, you know what? We need to throw Vesper onto something that we know we can be confident with, and it looks like they're gonna grab that immediately. First pick, though, on the opposing side, they get these 2 picks before we go into a ban phase. I don't hate the ETC Hanzo again. Hanzo works really well on this map. ETC's disruption's been strong. You could go into Mal'Ganis, but as I said earlier in the first draft, he did get a nerf this week. It's actually going to be Greymane and a Dahaka. So they're going to get 2 heroes that are really good at getting camps, really good at pushing out their own waves, and strong in the team fight. Dahaka's flank into the enemy team can be insanely impactful with that brushstock. Greymane can then dive in once they have a friendly member to also help out. Dahaka can take Primal Aggression at level 13, allowing you to have armor reduction onto anyone who's being hit with the Dark Swarm, and, well, Greymane does a lot of good damage, physical damage, mind you that, so using armor reduction onto someone and then having the Greymane's gonna be powerful as well, but it looks like they themselves are gonna grab the ETC, locking in that Raynor once again, going for something that they know they can really get a lot of value with. If I'm looking on the ban side, and I don't plan to take it on the side of Perfect Gems, I'd be looking at trying to grab a Jaina here. Jaina with the Rain is really impactful. The slows would help Urel. ETC can also capitalize on the Ring of Frost, or just even set up a really good Ring of Frost with a power slide. Ring of Frost plus Mosh Pit's a really good tool, so there's a lot of things that pair well together with that Jaina. I'd be leaning more towards that, but it's actually going to be a Maiev to be banned out. Also, the thing with Jaina too is it would allow them to have some extra poke potential on the side of Celeb Gaming. So I'm leaning towards the area where Perfect Gems might be grabbing the Jaina for themselves. Greymane is often paired with Li Ming, but it's not like it has to be like Greymane and then Li Ming. You can still go Jaina. Greymane still will get value from that, but Li Ming typically gets a lot of value because Greymane's going to be diving in. You're going to be mega aggressive. You're going to be looking for those early game kills or just those consistent kills within team fights, which can buff out Li Ming in the sense that she can get a reset and throw out more damage and just weaken them. So we'll see what happens here. They still need to last pick something, but that will be Joanna and Stukov on the left-hand side. Stukov was insanely impactful in the last game. The slows were perfect. The lurking arms underneath any sort of setup that CPX threw out was just always on point. So I really like that coming out from them. These last two picks on the side of Celeb Gaming, I keep harping on it. I say you go Jaina, and then you grab something like I was going to say actually Anduin again, but Falstead to be grabbed. So they want to match the Dahaka in some sort of global aspect. Also, the Gust is a good tool if there is any sort of invade onto a boss, or if they want to invade onto a boss. The only thing they need to be wary of is, Stukov with the lurking arm. Is a good way to kind of interrupt that. Just be able to, if you see that Falstead trying to line something up, you can use that flailing arm to push them away. Joanna does have the Iron Skin, Dahaka does have the Burrow, so there's options for them to be able to get away from the enemy team, or excuse me, not get away, but to mitigate the Gust value. And then Hanzo to round things out. Poke potential, that's the thing that I was really kind of saying, like, well, both these teams don't really have a ton for the curse phase. Falstead fits fairly well with that, and Hanzo does a great job with that as well. Overall, strong drafts from both teams. Overall, like, if I'm looking at, like, no names associated, just purely this game, this map, these drafts, I kind of lean a little bit more into Perfect Gems, but I can see a lot of value coming out from Celeb Gaming. I think there's a lot of opportunities for Celeb Gaming to get so much value here throughout these games. Whoopsie. Forgot to push things over. I wonder if CTV will ABBA. Is Zul globally banned because of the bug? Yes. Yes, Milk and Cookies. Li Ming is better for tribute fights, I think. CPX Arrow, baby. Sorry, I have like a little my dashboard on my left-hand side, and it keeps 404ing on me, which is super weird. Maybe if I just do that, maybe that's what I need to do. All right, either way, you know what doesn't matter is what I was talking about, because we got a game. Wait, buttons. Buttons go. On the left-hand side with the proper UI, we have got Celeb Gaming with Maka on the Rainer. We've got Tiger JK going to be on the Falstead. We have Leon Black on that ETC. Vespertine, or Liam, as we'll call them both, is going to be on the Urel, and Hebi the Hoot on the Anduin. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Perfect Gems up 1, trying to make it a 2-0 so far. In our best of 5, we've got Valimar on the Dahaka. Legacy's going to be on the Stukov. CPX will be on the Hanzo. Unaverted on the Greymane, and Zugrug on that Joanna. Let's get into mid-bot. Like, look how clean this is. Look how good this looks in comparison to what we just had. Also, because we can look at things like this. Like, we can look at their APM for the start of this. Falstead with, casual 300 APM. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this up for a couple seconds here. I know there's level 1 talents, but I kind of want to see this for this first engagement. We can take a peek at those in just a second here, as Leon's actually going to be making their way around. Urel's going to be forcing back the enemy team who was trying to jump onto the CTC, and it looks like we're going to be having them just kind of back off. Did I just see Raina with like 444 APM really quickly? Just rolling your face across the keyboard as Vesper is going to be chased into top lane. CPX looking for those scatter arrow shots, but now they're going to turn around and put some pressure onto them. Righteous Hammer not going to be used right there to push him back. We currently have our globals in the bottom lane. They might have been waiting to see where this first objective phase was going to be, so that way they can either they can put themselves in the furthest lane. Dahaka's going to be able to brush talk at the last second, or brush talk up there, and we also do have Falstead who can fly up there. I want to point out that we currently have these Hanzo being heckled, and Leon's ends up staying way too long. They get picked off right there, as Greymane will be grabbing the camp over on the right-hand side. I do want to point out as well, Maka did go into Exterminator at level 1, so they're going for that increased auto attack damage to minions, mercs, and monsters. I think that's right, yeah. Minions, mercenaries, and monsters. So it's increased baseline by 75%. And then if you're inspired, which I believe this is W, it's increased by 125%. That was actually buffed in the patch, not this recent patch, but the patch before that, where that was buffed. We also had Ace in the Hole buffed, and we had the one that, not Behemoth Armor. Oh my god. I can't, like, Veteran Marksman? I think it's Veteran Marksman, which I don't know offhand exactly what that one was buffed, but I know it was, because I remember just seeing that it was an increase. Maybe it was on the stacking or something like that. Either way, we have Camp in mid lane coming through. Yeah, you okay, bud? Oh, he was going and grabbing another toy. We currently have this pressure coming through mid lane, as this is actually a whole lot of damage coming in. And the other thing to note too is unaverted, this Greymane sieges in really, really well, and they have a whole lot of damage coming out in that Worgen forms. They open up this front gate in mid lane pretty quickly. Looks like they're going to be able to defend it, but they're going to lose a little bit on the side of Celeb Gaming. Meanwhile, CPX versus Vesper in top. Seems like they're getting pushed back a little bit. They're putting some pressure into this top lane, but that will be getting cleared out as we will be having our first objective phase popping up here in the next 30 or so seconds. Just looking around the map right now to see what we're going to be having. Beforehand, this camp was grabbed, so they do have this pressure coming in. Zugrod doing their best just to pull it into the tower so the towers can burn through it a little bit quicker. Legacy and Unaverted coming in to help burn this down as well. And Celeb Gaming getting a significant amount of siege into this, but not as much as the opposing side taking down a tower. And it's fair. I'd say it's comparable, obviously, without the tower. But Vesper will get scattered out right there from the scatter arrow from Hanzo. He just keeps throwing arrows into that bush just to be like, where are you? We're actually gonna jump onto the vision for the members of Perfect Gems just to see what they're seeing. Dahaka is in bottom lane. Tiger JK does pop up right there. Unaverted and Friend's gonna be getting pushed back, or excuse me, pushing back the enemy side. Maka going for the channel. I'm actually going to swap over vision on the opposing side right now, see what they're seeing. Falstead in mid going up against Dahaka. There are Siege Giants in bottom lane. Zugrod going for the channel right there. That's going to be partial spread from the Stukov as Vesper's trying to get into the back line. Not able to get and push people around as they were. I think they were looking for an angle to push them towards the objective phase so that maybe they can just pepper them from that Rainer, and Leon might be able to jump onto them as well. But right now, Heavy going for the channel. Scatter Arrow not connecting. Zugrod, Condemn. Gonna pull them in. Penetrating round, gonna get some damage out right there as well. God, everything is being thrown onto Heavy right now. I don't know if they have any more poke. Oh, there might be no, the Stormbow doesn't connect. Oh, the Lurking Arm does expand far enough as they were about to finish it, and and Heavy just goes, you know what? Like, let me let me channel this. I'll step forward. I'll throw out some damage, and I think with that, they should be able to grab first objective on the side of Celeb Gaming. And on that same note, let's go ahead and cycle through some of the numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as Falstead's going to be taking a flight down into bottom lane to make sure that this is going to be cleared out a little bit quicker instead of just making the rotation, because I think they were worried about actually losing the fort, or at least taking too much damage. 5 minutes are going to pop up on the map, and at the 5-minute mark, we do have our bosses popping up, so we could be seeing another curse phase come through in this bottom right, and if there's an overall team fight that's won by either side, they might be invading onto that bottom left boss. Like, if Perfect Gems can get a couple kills here before or during this objective phase, they could rush that boss. It won't yield them, it's just going to yield them bottom lane pressure, but if they open up the map a little bit further for themselves, the less they have to push through during the curse phases. Sorry, I took a sip of tea and it's my mouse hand, so I was like, wait a minute. All right, I saw CPX was getting dove on by Leon Black, but they don't find the kill. Still very low, sitting around some 200, 300 health. And this objective, oh wow, I thought they were going for objective phase, but no, they're going to be throwing out a Lurking Arm. Vesper taking a bit of damage. She's able to get some healing, self-healing. Base melt from the ETC. Valimar, nice tongue drag onto ETC right there. Pushel being spread. That's also going to be... I was waiting to say, I was like, is Maka about to get picked off here? No. Valimar getting very low as well. Currently, Legacy is going to be grabbing the objective on the right. That's a Leap of Faith onto Leon Black. Vesper is going to be pushing onto Legacy as well as they use the Righteous Hammer to force them back. Going to get the jump over the wall. Legacy with another attempt on the channel. I don't think they have another interrupt onto this one here. Do have CPX just throwing out some Stormbows to try and see if the Uro was around, but neither team really losing out here, as that's going to be the flight from Falstead into mid lane. No. Oh, they're going to fly right over. The bribe comes through, but Unaverted sees this happening, and Tiger JK has to give it over. Throws out a hammering as they're leaving. So they give over a free camp. They did get 20% on on the lightning rod bonus damage, right? What are we sitting at? It is 20%. So that was their first bribe of the entire game, just to use everything to be able to get that. Now, this is going to be boss play from both sides. No one going to be invading. ETC still showing in bottom lane. I want to see, do we have vision? Yeah, we have vision set up. So ETC disappears. They got a camp coming in through top lane. I think it's just going to be boss for boss. Nothing special. Is that new, the APM? No, it's always been in Aliobs. Like, Aliobs has a ton of stuff that people never use.
Gather tribute.
These are all, this is all in Aliobs. I just use, I use 1 through 6, skipping number 2, obviously, because number 2 is, APM. And then, not 6. 6 I don't use too often. 6 is the only one that you can use on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I wish on Volskaya and maps where you had carried objectives, like Warhead Junction, it would show who has a little Warhead or who has a Biotic Emitter or anything like that. That'd just be cool, in my opinion. Hanzo rips an arrow, doesn't connect onto anyone right there. Stage dive from the ETC coming in. That's going to be the slow into Legacy. Light Bomb going to be coming out as well. Bless Shield was ripped by the Joanna. Falstead went for the flight. There's going to be the Gust into the friendly team. That does push them out of the Hyperion. Greymane dives in. That is going to be a lot of damage onto Legacy, but they still find an Anduin kill early. Raynor does go down, and Greymane went for the throat and found a kill as they get another auto win. 3 kills right there in favor for the members of Perfect Gems as the boss in bottom lane is going to be pushing in. They say it's not that big of a deal. They want to get the channel onto this. It won't yield a curse, but still, more pressure in their favor, more tools in their kit to be able to win out this game, as they will be able to take down the top lane fort. Bottom lane didn't go down from the boss that was pushed into them. Lurking Arm used by the Stukov to force back the enemy team so Vesper doesn't jump in and try and use a Righteous Hammer, but they're going to still attempt it right at the end. Doesn't manage to get it in time, and they're just now going to need to deal with this boss in the top lane, throwing false set up there for that one, as we are going to be seeing Siege Giants throwing some stones in the bottom and trying to step up here with Zugrug and friends. You should keep AP on to create new drama in HOTS community. NA Gust. How many points to watch Bandit eat dinner? Do you guys really want that? Do you want that to be a thing? Can we see APM again? Do you want the APM during a fight? Because I will 100% do that. I'll try and remember to throw it up during some of the fights. If that's something you'd all like, I will do that just for you.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling.
Whew, I'm gonna use this time while it's a little bit slow to chug some tea finally. Now, for anyone that is rooting for Celeb Gaming or Perfect Gems, if you're rooting for a team in general, and if you don't know the bracket format, 1, we do have a command exclamation point bracket that will get you all the information you need for that for the NA matchups. And then 2, if you don't want to do that and you just want to know, it is double elimination. So whoever loses this, they're not out. We are in our upper bracket right now. We will be jumping down to the lower bracket after this match. So we'll be checking out some of those games down there. But right now, this is going to be CPX going for the channel. We're actually going to pull, as I say, you know what? There we go. I apologize. It was number 3, not number 2. Gust from the Falstad is going to be pushing Valimar into the corner. That's going to be the Flailing Slip coming out from the Stukov right there. There's a Light Bomb out onto ETC as the Hyperion's coming through. Tiger JK barrel rolls through just to get closer to the friendly team as Leon Black is going to be trying to make their way around, looking for an angle to get into the backline, but it's not happening. They can't find a window. Vesper, you can see, waiting to use that Avenging Wrath to jump in and then use the Righteous Hammer immediately, but now it's going to be poke here and there from Hanzo. Look at the flank coming out from Unaverted. Power slide from the ETC. Iron Skin was used. Unaverted does dive in. There's a lot of damage coming out. Go for the throats up and available. That's going to be ETC taking flight as they actually get a kill right there. Hanzo does finish out the Scatter Arrow quest at level 1. That is going to be go for the throat from the Greymane, solidifying a kill. They actually get 2 kills right there, and Legacy getting the channel. This is going to be Curse in favor for the members of Perfect Gems. And now, let's see what they're able to do with this, as they're still chasing on Namaka. Dahaka with the brush stock and the tongue drag immediately finds the blow up they're looking for. Spreading the push around, they're going to go ahead and open up this front gate. I'm going to actually pull up the stats because we haven't taken a peek at those in a little bit, and I just want to be able to show you what it looks like siege-wise when they're coming through this top lane, because it looks like they want to try and end, but Falstad is still up, and they do have that Gust up and available. Rainer's the only one who is down, so they're going to make quick work of this keep for top lane. I do want to point out, too, sidewalling and taking down this keep is huge for them. They now have potential for a boss to walk through top lane, and that boss is going to be up in about a minute, so they can actually cycle through this curse phase. Once this curse phase is over, they can just posture for this boss, maybe grab themselves the Bruiser camp as well. I gotta say, Perfect Gems is playing their game right now, and Celeb Gaming is just trying to figure out how to get their feet in front of them. It's just every single time they're in a team fight, they look strong at the start, and they're looking for these angles, and then they just get not run down, but the angles never happen, and then the enemy team just starts to just chase after them and get these single target pickups, or Unaverted keeps diving in and just getting what they need, and Hanzo's just able to poke out consistently throughout these fights. 16 talent here rounding in just a second for the members of Perfect Gems, as Celeb Gaming is just looking to get themselves back into this right now. Just looking at the Falstad, I want to check the stacks really quickly. 20% still, 63 stacks, and you get 1 bribe per 20. So they can currently bribe 3 units. Bruiser Camp's up in the next 12 seconds. They could probably just use the majority of it right there. Get themselves 15%, boosting themselves up to 35% bonus damage on that lightning rod. And this is what I was talking about with the boss. You know, you grab the bruisers, you push that pressure into mid, Dahaka's gonna go help that out, and then now you rotate back, you grab yourself a boss. This is gonna be coming through top lane with constant catapult pressure, because they got the keep down, and it's gonna be going straight to core. It's not like there's anything in the way outside of mini waves. This is strong so far for the members of Perfect Gems. Okay, no Ludo. Wait, what? Bandit eating dinner, 8 p.m. during fights. Whew. That's a second boss, too. Sorry. I was reading chat and I looked over and I was like, all right, what are our teams doing in this slight lull? No, they're going to grab the second boss, put some pressure in the bottom, and I think they're going to try and walk in with this, get themselves a second keep, if not a keep front gate. Wow, check out this hat, Stark. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Oh. All right, Vesper's gonna get a huge Righteous Hammer, but they step super far forward, getting locked down. That is a really good gust coming out from Tiger JK, but it was a defensive gust more than anything else. So now they don't have that tool, as the enemy team will be stepping up. If Reyna can find a Hyperion angle that pushes back the enemy team, that'll be huge for them. Looks like there's gonna be Hanzo ripping an arrow. They dive in. That's a light bomb going out onto one. I don't think it connected because, well, I think it was onto Reyna, but they got blown up, and now they're looking to step into this bottom lane. Vesper pops the Ardent Defender. This is a defensive tool as well. They're not gonna get any sort of value from that, as they're looking to just try and whittle down this bottom lane pressure coming in, as they actually need to jump to the far side of the keep. A lot of damage going onto the core right now as it's starting to fall. Stage dive from Leon, as they're just looking for an angle into this, as they also get a flailing swipe from Legacy. Gonna push back the enemy team. Vesper just so very low, cannot find their way into this team fight, and it's looking like Perfect Gems are going to be able to take game number 2 here in our first best of 5. GG, well played. Oh, sweet, delicious tea. Thank you. Whew. So we clean the carpets, or I clean the carpets in the house, and I had to put all Bandit's toys away. So I just, before stream, I threw them all onto the floor in another room in the house, and he's constantly in between games getting up and getting more toys, and then just laying on top of them. So in a second you'll see that it's absolutely adorable. Look at this. He's just hoarding them. Look at him. He's just such a good boy. All right, I just want to check something really quickly in the background. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Awesome. That is good. All right, we're slowly getting information about the maps. What's up, Arrow? How you doing? Which team just won? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just updating the information on the stream. All the biggest guest subs come out for the playoffs. Wait, they can get guest subs. Also, behind gaming, there's some things in Lorelei Ulhar. There were some things on. You might want to check the VOD. Yeah, no, I was gonna go back and watch the VOD like later tonight. I think so. By the way, today's Pi Day. It is 3.14154. I looked it up yesterday, I'll be honest. But that's as far as I remember. The 4 might be wrong. Anyways, it's pie day. Go order yourself a pizza or go eat some pie. That's all I wanted to say. No, I'm gonna order a pizza after this stream tonight because we have 3 best of 5, so we roughly will go till we'll be having 6 to 8 hours of content, maybe 9. And so I was like, yeah, I deserve a pizza after this. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm just gonna watch the VOD and play like Warcraft 3 mods. Whoops. The teams are pinging me like, hey, we made a map, and I'm like, crap, sorry. We're solo flying this weekend, apparently, so Teams being good teams. 3.145. Oh, it's 9 after 5. Get it right, broadcaster. Now, Lou, without Googling it, do you know anything? Do you know beyond that, or is that what you know? Because that's what I'm always curious about myself. Like, do people... Killer Panda, is that what you know off the top of your head? 3.14592. That's, dear Lord, that's a lot. I remember my math teacher in high school had it actually all the way around the room. Like, they painted it onto the wall. Tiger JK is on the... Oopsie. CPX is now a... No. Everything's messing up. Hold on. Swap team. God dang it. Swap. There we go. So, Unaverted, Valimar, Legacy, Zugrug, CPX. We have Maka, Leon, Tiger, Vesper, and Heavy. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. And then Valimar gets hat for this one. Make captain. And yeah, teams are Spooky Worm. I know up to that. Dear Lord. No, that's it. I think the next is a 5. Okay. Okay, well, one of you is wrong because it's 591 or 592. All right, teams are ready. Yeah, all right. Going, good luck, have fun, Spooky Worm. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on into game number 3 of our first of 3 best of 5. So I'm just double checking everything is ready on my end as well. So let's get on into it, my friends. Go. Good afternoon and welcome back to Heroes Lounge S Division. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Celeb Gaming, and on the right is going to be Perfect Gems. We find ourselves here on Alterac Pass, but if you were too busy trying to figure out what numbers are in Pi, and you're like, wait a minute, Bahamut, how did we get to Alterac Pass? Don't you worry, don't you fret, don't you fear. I totally did this beforehand, and I have it all set up correctly. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Celeb Gaming. As the higher seed, they opted for first pick priority. They banned out Sky Temple. I don't have an icon for it, but Garden of Terror was banned out by the members of Perfect Gems. Well, Sky Foundry was the first map chosen by them for game 1 and won by Perfect Gems. As the losing team, Celeb can either choose first pick or map pick priority. They opted for first pick priority for game number 2, and the members of Perfect Gems took us to Cursed Hollow. Once again, Perfect Gems won the map of their choice, so Celeb Gaming opted for first pick in game number 3, and so Perfect Gems has opted to take us to Alterac Pass for game number 3. Let's get back into our draft and see what we have so far. Samuro and Dahaka, they're respecting the Dahaka from last game, which I'll be honest, that Dahaka play, I believe it was Valimar was playing that Dahaka, was just, like the brush strokes, the tongue drags, everything was so on point. Still going to be seeing a Ana and Sylvanas ban on the right-hand side from the members of Perfect Gems, but hey, if it's not broke, don't mess with it. Wait, what happened? The Spooky Worms? Are we just getting a bunch of Spooky Worms? Bahamut, which map did Perfect Gems ban? It doesn't show the graphic.
Do your worst.
Garden of Terror. Did I skip that? Broadcaster, please be biased in favor of my desired team. Absolutely. Ash Mantle and Stark, thanks for the Spooky Worms. All right, I think I've caught up on chat right now. Yeah. All right. Overall, order yourself a pizza and watch more Heroes of the Storm. Let's get that partner, friends. Urel and Joanna on the left-hand side, so they're going to lock in some... I mean, it's a strong tank. They're going to get the burst damage from Jaina. which I feel like I wouldn't say is like lacking, but I feel like their team needed some burst damage in game number 2. It just they were able to. They were there, but they just weren't able to like pop the enemy team consistently. It felt, that's at least my perspective looking at everything. They did grab this Greymane and Stukov, locking in some of those strong picks, but since the Jaina's already here, they're like, you know what, let's take Maka off the Raynor, let's get rid of that siege potential and force them onto a different hero, also getting rid of the synergy of Jaina and Raynor with Ace in the Hole at level 1. Next ban coming out though, ETC, actually I would consider the ETC ban here. Zugrug played a really strong ETC in game 1, even though they were saying they were farming XP off each other. ETC, or they could look... A Nubrak actually wouldn't be a bad ban either, but they're gonna get rid of the Deathwing. Okay. I mean, they don't have anything to deal with it, so it makes sense, and they don't want to... They probably don't want... Like, is there, like, they'd have to draft Tychus, and I don't think they want to draft Tychus here. They can't... Well, they can, but they don't want to draft a Leoric, because they've already got Yrel, or Malthael, because they've already got Yrel, so... Ball and PvE Raynor damaged pretty low backline last game, I think. Yeah, it was. There's the Anubrak. Like this, I was afraid of the Anubrak. This is dive heavy composition from Perfect Gems. They are looking to get in there and deal some damage. Like Greymane, unaverted Greymane in the last game is not something that I would even consider scoffing at, because it was on point, diving into the right targets, finding the kills and solidify. I mean, how many times did we see Greymane's portrait with multi kills after it? At least twice that I can count off from what I remember. So it's just one of those things, like when a hero and a player can capitalize that much on it, I feel like targeting it might help you. But either way, Anduin and Vala to be picked up here, so they're going to have some sustained damage. Burst actually coming out from the Vala as well, so if they can actually land a Chastise, they've got a good wombo set up here on the side of Celeb Gaming in a sense. You know, you've got Light Bomb, you've got a Ring of Frost, or Water Elemental, you've got these Rain of Vengeance, but all of that has Burst on top of it. Jaina has the Blizzard, Cone of Cold, and Ice Lance, or Ice... Frozen Shirt? No, Ice Lance I think it is. No, that's a talent. I always forget that one. Either way. And then Vala has her own burst as well with the Hungering Arrow. You have your multi-shot. And the Refresh on Hungering Arrow if you want to go into that, or if you go into the Death Dealer kind of build. But Kael'thas will round things out on the side of Perfect Gems. We actually saw how well CPX played on that Kael'thas in game number 1. And, I mean... if they're able to lock down and dive onto a single target, it's going to be huge for them. I kind of expect this to be a Storm, Earth, and Fire kind of game, but I think we're actually I think we're going to get Storm, Earth, and Fire. I would like a Wandering Keg, but I think Wandering Keg might throw things off. I can see Wandering Keg being good to be able to isolate targets so you can blow them up, but I also see the value from Storm, Earth, and Fire to be able to dive in, take a whole lot of damage, pop that, and then be able to continue to sustain your fight. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure this series is just a disgusting tank diff. What's up, Noah? What do you mean, disgusting tank diff? I'm confused. Bandit's so confused by this draft. No, he's so confused by that he's left the room. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, let's go ahead and get in the draft. Yeah, I can hear him drinking water in the kitchen. On the left-hand side, we got Celeb Gaming trying to bring themselves back and get back into the series. We've got Heavy on the Anduin Hooten. We got Maka on the Vala. Leon Black is going to be on that Joanna. We got Tiger on the Jaina, and Vesper on the Yrel. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Perfect Gems trying to take a 3-0 at the start of today's Best of 5 series. We've got the Legacy on that Stukov. Zugrug is going to be on the Anubarak, Unaverted on the Greymane, CPX on the Kael'thas, and we have Valimar on the Chen. Let's go ahead and take a peek at our level 1s and see what we get here. As look at this invade into top lane. I didn't show this. I didn't show the vision properly at the start here because I wanted to kind of show this. You can actually see they get that tower right there. They're going to back off. Respecting, like, playing that smart, respecting it, not playing it too aggressive. Jaina does rotate up here. The rest of the team is going to break back and go down into mid lane. Keg is pretty cancer. Just if we get Keg, I just want chat to be all Keg W's. Just type Keg W. Those 4 letters, all capital, in chat if we get a Keg. Because that's all. That's just one, I love the emote, and 2, it's fun to do that. But Storm Earth and Fire synergize with the Cocoon Divide. Yeah, I agree. Although Wandering Keg can be used to disrupt Anduin, they get guaranteed kills with Yrel and CC. Yep. Valimar is solely Keg, you'll see it. Yes, Dude, dude, how you doing? Thanks for calling by. Also, Russ, how you doing? I'm sorry if I've missed you in chat. War, good to see you. Ninja, how are you as well? Lazy Hydra, good to see you. Sorry if I missed you, any of you in chat, but I love you all, and thanks for being here, and thanks for supporting Grassroots Heroes of the Storm, as well as my drive for partner. But let's get into our game right now. We have Regeneration Globes for Jaina as well as Kael'thas. We actually have Spine Launcher. No, that's not right. Reactive Ballista Spores. I was like, wait a minute, it's a different green talent. This one actually has kind of like the creepy arm type alligator. I never have looked at it close enough, but it looks kind of like an alligator mouth in a sense. Well, anyways, close enough. 3's up on both sides when it comes to our experience. We have CPX just throwing a little damage and clearing out that wave as Vesper's going to be doing the same thing in top. So it is going to be this matchup for now. We actually have a couple members diving onto Valimar, who's still very healthy. Tiger JK actually is just trying to get some burst onto them, as well as some more sustained damage so they can build up that level 1. Excuse me, not the level 1, the baseline. A new Brack gonna get the burrow charge right there, not connecting. It's gonna be an Impale coming out onto Maka as they actually get a bit of a burst damage trying to turn this around. Zugrug taking some damage, but Legacy able to zone the enemy team back with this Stukov as Leon is gonna be clearing out bottom lane, rotating up, and we do have our first objective announced in the next 30 seconds. Well, 35 seconds. Not announced, it'll be up and available. And it will be in the bottom lane as well. Urel's still pushing up the top lane. We've got mid lane opened up further. We should be seeing, so no camp on the right was just grabbed. 20 seconds on that. I didn't harp on this. I always like to harp on this on not Volskaya, on Alterac Pass, but being able to grab that camp immediately when it pops up at the 1 minute mark is big because it's a 1 minute 30 cooldown. So you do have it potentially up and available for the first objective phase, if you can grab it quick enough and burst it down. So either way, that's why you're seeing the null camp being grabbed and pushed in through that mid lane. They might actually consider it themselves on the side of Celeb Gaming, but we'll see what happens here, because Perfect Gems does have a great wave coming in through mid. Tiger's going to be clearing that out, as we do have Legacy spreading that pustule around, making sure that the friendly team is a little buffed up before any sort of engagement happens. Currently going to have Kael'thas just clearing out top lane, looking to also push towards 7 and get more regeneration globes for themselves. Once we get to the 8 talent tier area, we're going to take a peek at some other talents and stuff. But speaking of other talents, once again, let's just for funsies show the 8 PM. See how that goes right there. As Greymane's the first one to get picked off in this game. Celeb Gaming looking to put some pressure on the enemy team's Legacy is going to be taking a bit of damage. This is going to be Legacy also going down. Members of Celeb Gaming might have hit their stride here, at least in this early game. A 7 talent tier is going to be hit by both of these teams almost simultaneous. Maka going for the channel, and this will be objective phase in their favor right there. Now, first objective is going to be 30 seconds of total time you need to charge, or channel. Second one is going to be 40 seconds, and then it maxes out at 50. I always say this, but I wonder, like, what if it was indefinitely always went up by 10 seconds? That'd be, I wonder, like, how that would change things. Like, would it get to the point where it's just, like, insane that it's, like, you have, like, 80-second objective timers that you have to sit there and channel? I don't know. Either way, it always fascinates me. I'm like, I wonder how that, like, either tested or how it actually plays out, how long that increases the game time. But 7's up on both sides. Null camp to be grabbed from mid lane on the side of Celeb Gaming. Leon and friends zoning back the enemy team. Greymane gonna cycle back and grab the camp of their own. Keg's CD Keg's 50-second CD is way too short. You know, it'd be cool if you know, like a Lore NATO, there's like more NATOs where if you hit someone with a Lore NATO if you take the 20 talents you upgrade, you can get cooldown reduction on your Lore NATO. It'd be cool if you actually had the same thing with Wandering Keg. Anyways, that's gonna be a kick out. There's a whole lot of damage being taken. You can see they have that bar just of purple or kind of like grayish. That was the damage over time because they used the stagger, and that stagger is just, you know, damage that you're taking, but you're not dying, and it just comes back to you in the form of damage over time. So you typically need to heal or drink through the pain. Not gonna be the case there, as Leon is gonna be able to zone back Zugrug, and without their Chen, I don't think they're gonna be looking to try and pressure any further out, but Urel gonna be trying. Actually, no, I think they were managing a little bit of that mid lane. They realized that Greymane's on top with CPX, so Unaverted and CPX pushing up here. Urel gonna be trying to actually push them into the towers. Unfortunately, there's only one tower, and it's focusing onto the minion wave. Once again, CPX is the target, as Unaverted is gonna be able to shred into Vesper fairly effective. But objectives coming through lanes. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I mean, like, Roll20 was, like, insanely slow yesterday and today. Like, we had some points today where we were just like, is Roll20 gonna work? Like, it was always popping up with that message at the top, like, we see that there's an issue, we're trying to work on it. It's like, oh, sorry, Roll20. It honestly just might be that, you know, more people are playing D&D and, like, tabletop games, because why not? Why not stay inside and just play games all day? I can't stream at 1080p. Really? Muhammad, I gotta say, drink through the pain is a bit too relatable. Ace, yes. Mid lane fort does go down. Top lane is going to be the new target for the members of Celeb Gaming. CPX gonna try and throw some zoning damage, if you will. Or just poke at them a little here and there. This should be top lane fort going down. Jaina is still in bottom lane, and I believe showing down there. Hold on, I'm on the wrong vision. Keg is picked up at level 10. Keg is picked up. I just want all the Keg W's in chat. All of the Keg W's. And Ubrak Burrow charges forward. They sidestep the damage. Let's cycle through the other numbers, because I did promise that earlier, but I did not. I don't think I did do it. Whew. So we find ourselves half a level up on the side of Celeb Gaming. They're looking and trying to make a game number 4 happen here, and if they can keep their momentum, this might work out. But 10 talent tier changes the game drastically. Also, we should be seeing our next objective phase announced fairly soon. I don't think it's that long of a cooldown from when the objective goes down to the next one's announced. I think it's a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Thank you, Stark. Thank you. Russ and Lou, thank you as well. Water Elemental pop. CPX is going to be the target. They're trying to burst them. They do have some decent chase onto this. Arcane Barrier was used. They're going to step to the side. Jane is actually tanking the damage. They find the kill onto Kael'thas in bottom lane. That's actually a big pickup for them. Meanwhile, over here, Vesper is just taking on the enemy team on a bit of an adventure. No Ardent Defender up and available. It was used at one point. They're actually going to jump. Oh my god. This is buying time for the friendly team. If only Vesper had like bubble, that would be the most, it'd be the most troll thing ever if Vesper just had bubble here. Core just gonna literally just kiss him. They're gonna go down right there. But here's the thing, while you are staggering at a death, it is only 20 some seconds, tactical feeding if you will. The friendly team has no worry about a boss invade, but I don't think they saw the enemy team rotating into top lane to grab their own boss. Well, just to grab top lane boss. And they should be able to shred through that fairly quickly. I mean, they have a Greymane over here. I mean, specifically Greymane is going to deal a whole lot of damage. Granted, Stukov's also hitting for... Oh, come on, Blizzard. You could have given him 2 more damage at this point. He could have hit for 420! My country declared a state of emergency today after we got our first reporter. Ooh, yikes. Stay safe out there, friends. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Just wash your hands. You go to the supermarket. Use one of the little towelettes that are always by the carts. And wash your hands. That's the biggest thing you can do. Don't sneeze in people's faces. I mean, most people don't do that normally, but I don't know. Carol, how's it going? The boss to Liam? Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad play. It worked out for them. They got the bottom lane keep front gate. They only lost themselves a fort in top. The opposing side fort isn't too far off from going down. We do have siege camp to be grabbed here on the left-hand side. Jaina's 1 stack away from finishing out her Fingers of Frost, which is going to be 10% increased damage on that frostbite. So they do have that there, so it's going to just increase their potential burst. It's going to be, oh, they're focusing onto Legacy. Light Bomb coming out. That's going to be Flailing Swipe interrupted by said Light Bomb because they did have the Iron Skin triggered as well. Leap of Faith onto Tiger JK. Do they have the Ice Block? Do they have Ice Block? No, they don't. They're a couple K away, and they're going to be going down right there. Maka trying just to auto-attack through all this. Greymane dives in. They find the counter kill. 2 for 1. As they are going to be chasing onto Zergrug, who's just that beetle butt's going to be speeding on away. And that worked out. Started to work out for Celeb Gaming, but Perfect Gems turned things around. They've also got 26 seconds left on their own channel right there. CPX going to attempt to clear this out, clear out those jailers so they can get the channel. Cheng can actually have enough to share. That's why you're seeing that clover around them. It's a level 13 talent. Blonde Duchess, how you doing, friend? And Blonde Duchess getting hit with butt spot immediately. Imagine not being an ice barrier player. I mean, they're close to finishing it out. Got another like 4,000 to go on that one. A little bit less. Okay. They're still just channeling. Everyone's backing up available. 16 talent here is just a touch away for the members of Celeb Gaming, and so now that they do have that 16, they're going to be looking to step into the enemy side. Chase on into this. This is going to be clear coming out from Tiger, channel out from Maka. No camp invade. They could try and invade onto this camp, but it doesn't look like they want to. or it just wasn't worthwhile. Top lane actually has a massive wave coming in, so that's going to work out for them fairly well. 16 talents here, not here for the members of Perfect Gems yet. Valimar going to be clearing this out, trying to pressure up the waves. They also want to make sure that those null camps do not step too far up. Those do have armor reduction onto them up to, I believe, 20? No, I think that's wrong. I think it's 12. It sounds wrong. Both of those sound wrong. Nubrak Burrow charges forward. Oh, no, I just wanted... Oh, it's not going to be hitting a tower. We have a fight. Let's focus on that. The Jailer going to be getting the counter channel over here on the right-hand side, so they'll stop that at 4.1 seconds. We have a web wrap onto one player. Maka eating a Pyroblast from Kael'thas as the Wandering Keg is going to be coming out here from Chen, just getting into the backline. Leon Black getting very low, does get picked off by the Gray main right there. Vesper is going to be able to jump away. They do not have Ardent Defender. Just going to smack him with the Righteous Hammer. Well considered to smack him with the Righteous Hammer, but Perfect Gems. Ooh, they find that last little bit onto Heavy. They pop the barbs right afterwards, but they don't get the stun, and this will be a camp invaded by the members, or at least grabbed by the members of Celeb Gaming from mid lane, as this will be second objective of the game, but first one for Perfect Gems. Let's see what value they get, as map is starting to open up in their favor as well. It's 5-3 in our structures. They could get themselves mid. It looks like they want to clear out this camp, so they're just mitigating that pressure that the Celeb Gaming has put on the ground. Happy to cast some excellent games and casting too. Thank you so much, Blonde Duchess. How was your adventure? Did you were down in Southern California, right? You were at Disney Land, right? Because Disney World's the one in Florida. I was gonna say Keg. Chen kicking in right there. The light bomb came out, but it wasn't enough to stop the enemy team from stepping up, and they find a kill onto Anduin. That's a huge pickup for the members of Perfect Gems as they get a fort, and they're trying to rush through this mid lane. Jaina is in bottom lane. I think she is currently hearthing. Yeah, she's trying to get back towards this engagement to help clear out mid lane. It is going to be the spinny shooty shot, or the strafe, if you will, from the Valas. We have multiple names for the talents here. Zugrig is going to be targeted. That's going to be a Righteous Hammer. They get the kill. That's going to be a second kill on Stukov as well. They're going to be getting the Wandering Keg to push the enemy team away, but they end up still chasing it. Unaverted will be the target. Yrel trying to speed forward, trying to get in the angle for the Righteous Hammers. They are going to be slowing down this Greymane. Unaverted is the target, and they're going for Maka. They get the kill onto Greymane. Chen is looking to kick onto Maka, but the slows from Leon, or the body blocking from Leon, was very good. Meanwhile, over in top lane, we will be having the objective pushing through, so they save their keeps. They only lose one fort and take a bit of damage in mid lane. Not a bad play coming out from the members of Celeb Gaming. Perfect Gems, 4 members down. Chen still up and available, just looking to push through bottom lane, or at least step this up and keep getting experience for the friendly team. I'm going to go ahead and cycle through some of the numbers right now because we haven't had a chance to look at those in a little bit. And Shen going for a a fort in bottom lane, so that should even up the structures overall. Once they get this, or if they get it, they're going to kick over to the wall, keep that there. I was going to say that would even up structures and actually give them a bit of an advantage over. I mean, when it comes to keeps, like, most of the gates are still up and available except for bottom, right? Yeah. I would expect Celeb Gaming to try and go for a double boss. Maybe pushing through bottom lane with their 20 talents here, because they should have 20s if they go, like, by the time they rotate through mid and get to boss and bottom and get it, they should be hitting 20s, and they might be able to push through bottom lane and maybe take a keep down there. I do want to point out a map mechanic we haven't discussed yet on this map, which is going to be the core health. Right now, it's 60 and 60 when it comes to physical and spell armor. You lose 20 per keep, or you get 20 per keep. Obviously, if you have all 3, you're going to be invulnerable, because that's the mechanic that literally Dreadnought was talking about. If you didn't catch the turning point with Beckwin and Matlock where they were interviewing Dread, like, Dread was literally like part of the reason that the core is shielded is because of a lot of those boys in the early days of professional play that were just like, well, how can we break the game? So that's why we actually, it's because of players like Dread that we have the core being shielded until you at least take down the fort and the keep in said lane. You can't rush past the fort and take the keep. It still will keep that shielding. You need all 2 of them down. So they're just prepping this way. They're prepping the lane. The enemy team is going to be zoning this back. 20's up on both sides when it comes to talents. We have the upgrade for Strafe, actually. Death Siphon. 25% of the damage dealt for Strafe heals. Okay. So more sustained damage. Flailing Swipe coming out from Stukov. Stukov actually didn't take a 20 yet. They just went for it there. Huh. Interesting. Either way, they're going to attempt to go for this core. Now, the other thing I want to point out is it's very difficult to go for core when it has the 40% on it for when it comes to, or the 40 shield and spell armor on it, just because it can tank so much damage and really not lose a whole lot. Boss still getting a whole lot of value. Light Bomb coming in. That's going to be no one connecting, but Legacy is split from the friendly team. The boss will be going down. The core is starting to get near the halfway mark, and they're considering to back off, and it looks like that's going to be the case as the mid lane keep did go down. This is gone during all that pressure. And I think they were looking to say, like, maybe if we can take the game. Another map mechanic that we want to talk about here, this is one of the only maps that has a core that regenerates its health, if not damaged, after a few seconds. Whew. You can get your ult reset when you take the 20... Oh, really? Crom, thank you. I did not know that. Morales Cheese still here. I mean, there's that. Stark and Deadbolt with the honk, yeah. You just gotta throw in a stray honk here, every so often. It's good. It's good for you. So both teams have their cores up and available well, to end game. But I think a second keep is going to be necessary for either side if they want to try and take this. I'm going to pull away the talents really quickly because we have a fight breaking out. Actually, fun things. Let's pull the APM up as that's going to be Wandering Keg from Chen. A whole lot of stagger damage onto them as they're just trying to get themselves away. Unfortunately, the Keg will crack and they're going to be going down. We do have a stun going out onto Zugrug. Flailing Swipe from Legacy going to be keeping the enemy team back as Urel's going to be chasing in further. Light Bomb coming out onto Legacy as they have another Flailing Swipe, but they get picked off because Urel's right behind them. That's going to be Leon Black looking to chase in here. They do have potential to try and get the channel here for the objective, but they say no, it's not worthwhile. We have our I have to cheat because I can't remember the name of the it's not Knolls. Reavers, there we go. The Reaver minions in bottom lane, which actually do tank fairly well. Vespertine is going to be pushing them around as Unaverted's trying to put some pressure on the left-hand side. This core is starting to fall, but it's not falling very quickly. We have 3 members down for the next 26 to 40 seconds. Zugrug getting very low, going to get pushed around. That's going to be the burst onto them. They find the kill. That's Unaverted trying to find a kill as well, but they end up getting picked off. No, the Hungering Arrow does end up going off right there, and with all 5 dead, the members of Celeb Gaming put one up on the board, and they take us to a game number 4 in our first best of 5 of the day. GG, well played. Also, that core falling sounds like Chewbacca. We all know it. Reavers are from Brood War? But wait, this is a Warcraft map. Okay. We got a series on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We have a series on our hands. So that's updated. I just need to know the map, and then let me get the... Oh, whoopsie. I accidentally stopped my recording, but it's okay. I just wanted to update the scores, so that way it reflects properly. I think I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and once we get the lobby started, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Okay. Alright, so let's pull it back to Bandit and I. I'm gonna leave this one. Let's get our lobby going here. I gotta update some other stuff. We at least can get the players coming in here. Holy crap. Also, we have a giant snowstorm, and I have the window, like, not open, but I have the blinds up for once. Usually I have them closed because I'm afraid of my neighbors, like, getting blinded by studio lights. Make observer, set to referee, tournament draft, this, that. Okay. Alright, so we need to mark that as that map, and then I think it's this one right here. Yes. And this one's this one? Cool. Uh-oh, how do I get rid of it? How do I get rid of it? No, 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 no. I did it. All right. I'm going to run to the bathroom really quickly, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Don't go anywhere. We got more Heroes of Storm action. We have 3 best of 5s today, and we are currently in our first that's going to a game number 4. Don't you go anywhere. I just need to run to the bathroom. Okay. Bandit stream now. Yes. Bandit is now stream. Bandit's always been streamer. All right, so we need you on this side. Hebby needs to be swapped with them. Okay. Hype train indeed. A very, very, very exciting next series, next game. I actually want to check out the bracket really quickly. Okay, so that's not been updated. I need to check something. Pirates in my chat? Why do I feel like I need to ban? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I want to check and see how the other series is going. Okay, all right, interesting. Okay. So that's all set. That's all good. Teams are Spooky Worm. Frosty Win, what's up? How are you all doing this Saturday? Yo, War, thank you so much. Thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months of support, my friend. Thank you.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribed.
Keep on trucking, you're doing great.
Thank you. We are really, really close to getting partner. I reapplied. Words are hard today, apparently. I reapplied on Wednesday, March 11th. So fingers crossed they see good stats and they're like, yes, come be part of us. Sorry about having to bail yesterday. Since the ruling wouldn't allow us to have a third sub, the game was literally bugged from the problems. Oh, no. Does it work today? Are you able to get in today? Like, because you guys play in the lower bracket. I think you play in the lower bracket after this one. I believe I have upper lower bracket, if that makes sense to anyone. Literally couldn't open up HOTS and then uninstall, didn't fix and then uninstall, and it fixed now. Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, I was sending messages to Wedge at the time because him and I both were just like brainstorming ideas to throw at you. So I was just throwing ideas at Wedge and he was just throwing them to you. And if they were working, it was like, cool. Affliction, thank you for using your Twitch Prime here. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the stream, supporting wonderful puppy. How many blessed shields have you missed? Dear Lord. Dear Lord. You pyroed me for 2,700 damage. That's actually a whole lot of damage. Alright, I think we're still waiting on one player. I'm ready for the games today, Enigmatic. I'm ready. You can see Bandit's just riveting. Like, it's so excited. I think he might be having a little bit of a rough day because it's very snowy outside. Here, like... Okay, alright. Ready, go. All right, I'll show you after this game. I'll show you. Remind me to show you what it looks like outside because it's a giant storm. Going, Spooky Worm. Let me just double check all the stats, all the settings. Everything is good. That's good. Pushing the button. Sorry again. I know you wanted to cast it. It's all right, but it's all right, bud. Let's get into game. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes Lounge Division S. We find ourselves here on Infernal Shrines, and if you're sitting at home and you might have just jumped in here, or if you're eating a delicious pizza and you're like, wait a minute, Bahamut, how did we get to Infernal Shrines? I got you covered, friends. Don't you worry. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Celeb Gaming. As the higher seed, they have the option for first pick or map pick priority. For Game 1, they opted for first pick, banning out Sky Temple. The members of Perfect Gems banned out Garden of Terror. Unfortunately, I don't have an icon for it, but just know Garden of Terror was banned out by Perfect Gems. Volskaya Foundry was the first map chosen by them and won by them. Celeb Gaming as a losing team can either choose first pick or map pick. They're going to opt for first pick priority for Game number 2. The members of Perfect Gems took us to Curse Hollow and won that one as well. In game number 3, Celeb Game opted for first pick once again. Perfect Gems taking us to Alterac Pass, but Celeb Game saying they want to get up on the board here, so they're going to pick up a win on that map. And now, game number 4, the members of Perfect Gems, they themselves opting for first pick, meaning Celeb Gaming has to choose the first map, and choose a map here, and that's going to be Infernal Shrines, chosen by them for game number 4. Let's get back into our draft as Sudokan, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you for using that here for 5 months in a row. Thank you so much.
Love this stream.
I love you. Thank you. Crushinator, how's it going, bud? Good to see you. I'm just sitting at home and I jumped in here. Thanks for coming by. Eating delicious pizza sounds like a plan. That's my plan after this stream. I'm gonna order a gigantic pizza and put half of it in my face. Let's get through some picks and bans. As we have the members of Perfect Gems banning out a Urel and a Maev, we are going to be seeing Ana and Sylvanas banned out by the members of Celeb Gaming. Now, we could, like, Sumuro's up and available. It was banned out in a couple games, but it looks like we're going to be seeing a first pick onto the Joanna. Not a bad idea at all. The way that we have Infernal Shrines rotation-wise is we typically see a 1-4. Meaning you're going to have a single solo laner in the top lane battling another solo laner, and then you'll have a core 4, typically something good with wave clear. You'll have your healer, you'll have some range damage in there, as well as your, oh my god, your mage. I think I said that completely wrong, and I apologize. But either way, you have a combo 4, and you're rotating through mid to bottom, picking up experience, and then once you get to the objective phase, you all collapse onto that one. So either way, you basically have your two assassins, your tank, and your healer in that core 4. One of those assassins typically will rotate up towards top lane to potentially gank the solo lane. You often see the same thing on Dragonshire. Dragonshire is played a little differently. Sometimes you see like a 1-1-3. That's oftentimes another way that people play this, but the rotation is really beneficial to people like Jaina, like heroes like Kael'thas as well. I really actually wonder if they ban out Kael'thas here. CPX has been quite a nuisance on it, and on a map like this, it's really annoying, but it's not like it's not like if you ban it, it's like, oh no, CPX has nothing to play. Like, they're a mage player, if I'm not mistaken, and they can probably play Kael'thas or Gul'dan or something like that. So it's not like it's just gone all of a sudden. But the Pyroblasts have been quite annoying. The AoE is a nuisance, but it looks like it's going to be Deathwing, as once again, they don't want to pick around a specific hero. Don't touch your face with pizza, you'll get pimples. What if you wash your face afterwards? But Bahamut, how did we get to Heroes of the Storm? We fell in love with it when it became public and free. And I have not stopped. Like, I stopped playing FPSs to start playing this with a lot of friends, and honest to God, I fell in love with it. And then I fell in love with esports even more because of this game. But Sony to be banned out, once again, they're targeting. That's 2 target bans on the Liam right there. So I actually kind of expect them to maybe go into a Malthael. Malthael in the solo lane wouldn't be too bad, but they can hold. They actually do have the last pick in this draft, so they can hold their solo lane to see what the enemy team's going to go for and then adjust from there. That's going to be a Mal'Ganis coming in. Disruption's pretty powerful. No ETC priority coming in, so they're going to be looking to just have that brawling nature. Something like a Raynor could still be picked up, but I was just about to say, if Mal'Ganis is going in, Greymane's a really good addition. Raynor does have good sustain damage with that Jaina, and has good Siegen, but Greymane Mal'Ganis is a really good duo together, and then Jaina can amplify their potential threat with the slows, with the burst, as well as maybe a Water Elemental or a Ring of Frost as a setup. Last 2 picks coming out from the right-hand side, they're going to need a solo laner. Leoric is actually a really good option. You can get a lot of value with that, and then they need a mage to clear as well. Kael'thas is still up, so I lean a little bit more into the Leoric and the Kael'thas, but a Samuro is something that I was talking about, and it's up and available. Let's see what we get with this Samuro. I love someone. I'm just assuming Stark is in chat, but if they're not, someone let Stark know. Wait, off-topic question: are you playing Valorant? Yes, I will be. When that does come out, I will be playing that game. I love FPSs. I absolutely love them. I love playing Apex. Like, it's something I don't stream, but I'm trash at it. But I love playing Apex. Last pick though coming out, something in the solo lane to go up against a Samuro. Chen. Okay. I feel like Samuro might get a lot of value into a Chen though. I like this Raynor pickup. Their wave clear isn't bad. Hanzo's gonna be able to amplify that. Raynor's got the pepper. Yeah, they've got decent wave clear here on the right hand side. I think the wave clear and the rotations are gonna be stronger for Celeb Gaming in my opinion. Like 100% Celeb Gaming I think has a better rotation and wave clear. Add me, we can play Apex then. Feel free to message me your account and I'll add you, Blonde Duchess. Absolutely. I love watching Baha be trash at video games. I think a lot of people do. Like watching me play, I'll let him know. Thank you, Stark. Thank you for letting Stark know. Like me playing Hearthstone Battlegrounds is just a struggle because it's like me half knowing what I'm doing and then realizing after I've made a mistake why the mistake is like I've made the mistake and then I realize it way too late and I'm just like, wait, no, that's the wrong order. But anyways, speaking of Heroes of the Storm, let's get into game 4. On the left-hand side, we are going to be seeing the members of Celeb Gaming. Heavy going to be on that Stukov Hooten as we have Maka on the Greymane, Tiger JK on the Jaina, Leon Black on the Mal'Ganis, and Vesper is going to be on that Chen. It's the best when we watch you play. Thank you. Thank you, Killer Panda. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Perfect Gems trying to close out this first best-of-5 series and push Celeb Gaming into the lower bracket. We have Valimar on the Samuro, Legacy on the Decker Kane, CPX on that Hanzo. Zugreg will be on the Joanna, and we have Unaverted on our Raynor. Let's go ahead and check out our level 1s as we get into our mid-lane matchup. Now, Phantom is banned. They know. I don't need to do this. I'm not an admin. I'm a caster. Let's get into game. I don't need to, yeah, either way. I was just like, I don't want to like type to them in the middle of the game too, because that's just kind of, that's probably not, no. They probably don't want to see a message pop up from the caster in the middle of the game, reminding them something they probably already know. So either way, we'll deal with that when that happens. We'll just ping an admin. But right now we are going to be seeing Zugrug and friends rotating through lanes. One, Jane is going to be looking for regeneration globes as well as trying to get. You saw Zugrug was actually trying to steal it away as it was about to swap over. The other big thing that Jaina wants to do within these rotations is try and put some pressure onto the enemy team. You're actually seeing Leon Black offering up a lot of opportunities for them to actually slow the rotations from the enemy team, getting Jaina some free time. But Samuro is over here on the left-hand side as they're going to pop into wave, and I think they do see that happening. But it was just one of those things where I was just like, wait a minute, is Samuro going to try and get the jump on Jaina? No, it's not the case whatsoever. But two's up on both sides. First objective will be in mid lane. Will be a Frozen Punisher. A little tip from me to all of you, if you don't know how I know this. This is inactive. Doesn't show. We don't know it's frozen. There's nothing at the bottom. But if you use your cursor over the minimap, yes, the minimap is your friend. It's your best friend. Always use it. You can actually find out what the next objective will be. Same thing on camp timing as well. You can know when a camp is off cooldown or how long it's going to be by just literally hovering over it with your mouth. So mouse, not your mouth. Don't put your mouth on the monitor. It will not give you any information. Well, maybe you just look closely at the game. Currently, Chen in top lane is just going to get heckled by these Samuro clones as they rotate back towards mid lane, making sure they're helping clear out these waves. But right now, Unaverted going to get dove on. That's going to be Greymane diving in as well. Slow's coming out, and the burst is there. They find themselves first blood on the side of Celeb Gaming in our game number 4 on Infernal Shrines. We currently have Samuro back in top lane. Vesper is just taking this lane very, very slowly. They're anchoring and tanking most of the damage, keeping the minions just outside of range, so the towers will be able to get some shots here and there if they do step up, but most of those minions are just stuck onto Vesper, which is a really good way to play the lane. It's difficult. I have tried to do this in a lot of my own games. There's a lot of finesse in knowing ranges of different things and how it targets, because this right here is a great way to just keep the enemy solo laner up further in the lane. And as I was talking about, there's the double assassin typically. Greymane could maybe sneak up there. If Samuro's sitting up here, Greymane can maybe jump up, help Vespertine potentially get a gank onto Samuro, since they're so far forward in the lane and their disengagement range, there we go, is very, very far, seeing as how they're so far away. Zugrug gonna get that regen. Actually, no, they blocked Zugrug from getting it. Just denial under regeneration gloves is a big thing too. You're denying the enemy team a little bit of mana, as we are gonna be getting our first objective phase here in a second, actually. Shrine will be now activatable. We have top lane pressure coming in from both sides as Valimar and Vesper are gonna be going back and forth. Leon Black coming up here as well, trying to chase after them, but just ends up jumping onto the point, and this will be a first objective phase going back and forth between both these teams. We actually are going to have Eternal Retaliation from the Joanna, and I believe that's cooldown reduction as well as some mana return on the Condemn, but they are very slow here, trying to get away. Greymane gets around, or uses the disengage, rolls forward, gets some autos in, and finds a kill right there. 2-0 in kills, 6-6 in levels, but a little experience gain in favor for the members of Celeb Gaming, as we do have some snow dropping down. And Samuro just clearing things out. well, doing their best to clear things out with the clones. We actually do have Chen jumping up in the top lane, realizing that they need to manage this Shaman. If left uncontested, it will just burn through an entire wave. You can see Valimar just trying to slow down Vesper, but it's really not yielding too much value for them, as this will be first objective phase going over to the members of Celeb Gaming. Jaina sitting at 9 out of the 20 stacks on those regeneration globes for the Fingers of Frost at level 1, actually jumping to 10 right there, so halfway through. Hanzo on the Scatter Arrow at level 1, or that simple geometry is going to be at 5 out of the 20. Nice use of the Iron Skin from Joanna to mitigate the stun and damage coming out from the Punisher. And they open up this front gate. Leon Black stepping forward, trying to heckle and put some pressure into Zugrug and Unaverted, forcing them back 11. The Punisher to get some value. Decker Kane will eat the jump, but I think that's as much as they get. That front gate won't be anymore, as that will be Tiger JK cycling back and grabbing themselves a camp over here on the left-hand side. I do want to say this is one of the unique map mechanic here is that most maps, like Alterac Pass is a good example of what we were just on it. When you get the objective, the camps go away, the bosses go away. Same thing like Tomb of the Spider Queen. But here on Infernal Shrines, this is one of the few, if not only, maps where while the objective phase is active and actually in lane and everything, you will be able to grab camps. I'm trying to remember, I think Volskaya Foundry has camps. No, the camps I think of Volskaya Foundry disappear as well. Chat will correct me if I'm wrong. Samuro's still trying to chase onto Vesper a little bit right there, but they end up just disengaging. And we'll have 10 Talontiers in just a second, so let's cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as we are kind of in a lull before our Mortar Punisher for top lane pops up here in about a minute and a half, I think. By like 50%, so it's a small bug, explains few okay, okay. Mouth on monitor, no information? Yeah, exactly. My life has been a lie. Wait, what? Affliction? Who just tried licking their monitor? I don't know. People out here just like, I need to get to master. Maybe if I just lick my monitor, I'll be able to get to master. You know. No, just kidding. 10 Talontier here in favor for the members of Celeb Gaming. Chen, we need to have a talk right now. One, you're on the far side of this gate. You're fine, but what's okay. All right. Okay. I'm sure it's more valuable, but still. A whole burst amount of damage goes onto Jane, and they find a kill right there. That will be first kill for the members of Perfect Gems, as arrow was ripped, but it was missed. It was actually also, by the way, it was sent from mid lane, so if they actually got that stun, it would have been the full, I think, 2.5 second duration on that stun, which is pretty significant. You're able to get a lot of value right there, as they were already just kind of jumping on and bursting a couple heroes, but that was a kill at least onto Jaina, and now we find ourselves Jaina back up, objective phase not too far out, Leon Black making sure that they're rotating down here and helping out and grabbing experience, making sure that they don't fall behind, because late game kills do yield good experience. I mean, we can actually check it really quickly. Wrong one. So 2 early game kills yielded them 932. That 1 kill right there was 803. So you can see the scaling from these later game kills are a little bit more impactful, but still, even on just about even on experience, a little bit more so in favor for Celeb Gaming, and our Mortar Punisher will be popping up pretty soon. Camps on Volskaya are up during objective. Okay, thank you, Chills. That's the one. Like I started saying it, and I was like, wait a minute. I think that is one of the other maps that does still have the camps up, but like. I believe Volskaya's disappear, Battlefield of Eternity disappears, you have, mind blanking on map names, Cursed Hollow, I believe disappear as well, when you actually have the full curse going. Actually, no, Cursed Hollow is one of the same ones as well, because you can get boss during curse phase. Zugrug going to be taking a lot of damage. Bless Shield was ripped by them. That's going to be Hanzo sending out an arrow as well. Lordado to push back the enemy team. They sidestep that and chase further onto Legacy. Leon Black living in this enemy team as they throw out the scrollless ceiling. They don't get anyone sealed or locked down as CPX gets a scatter arrow out here and there. Valimar is trying to get away. That will be Leon chasing further in. If they can get the pick onto Valimar, that'll be huge. Carrion Swarm does come out from the Mal'Ganis, and CPX is being chased. The kick comes through, and that will be 3 kills in favor for the members of Perfect Gems, and they back off and they can grab themselves a fort as well as the objective.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Blackheart's Bay's objectives stay during Pew 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 too. Oh, okay, good to know. I think that's I didn't bring up that one specifically because it's out of the rotations and no teams ever play them, and they audibly groan anytime you talk about it or want to make them play on that map, which is unfortunate because I like that map mostly because of the fact that I never get to catch. It's like Oh, hold on. This is an invade right now. Vesper. See, now if you had Wandering Keg... Just saying. Could have gone in there, Wandering Keg them, push them back. They realize that they can't get the objective face. They're going to try and make some pressure happen across the rest of the map on the side of Perfect Gems. But they realize that that's exactly what they're doing on the side of Celeb. So they're like, all right, let's just leave one Skeletal Defender. They still need 40. Let's fight them. If they can get a kill or two here, and then grab objective, that's going to be huge for them. That's going to be the blow up onto one. The Stukov Lurking Arm is going to lock down the Deckard Cain. That's a huge pickup. Hanzo rips an arrow as Samuro's trying to make their way out. Keg. Chen is going to kick forward. Also pops the Storm Earth and Fire. No, wait, do they? Yeah, they did. Sorry, I didn't see it on cooldown, and I thought it popped immediately. But either way, Hanzo sends out a nice Sonic Arrow to be able to get the vision onto the team and actually hit the Chen with it. But Jaina's back now, clearing out the mid lane, and now Deckard Cain 7 seconds away, but still significant amount of experience grabbed from that kill. Jaina a couple thousand away from finishing out the ice block. Hanzo 1 stack away from finishing out the scatter arrow, the simple geometry. They're going to turn around onto Zugrug, who I think was trying to rotate back and protect the Rainer if they did go for the invade. That's going to be the snow falling, and they find the kill. CPX does finish out that simple geometry, but they're going to say, you know what? Let's siege in through bottom lane. Let's get ourselves some more value. The objective phase is ours once we rotate to top lane. CPX is in a bit of a rough spot. That's going to be a nice Lornado. Baka jumps in, and they find a kill onto them. And they're going to be going down another staggered death. They turn around and say, let's get this fort while we still have a wave pushing against it, so none of us have to tank this. They burst that down. Chen rotate up. Are they going to go for double fort here? They don't have a wave. But they could just have Chen just drink through it. Yeah, there's enough to share. Lustral being spread from Heavy. At this point, you play Blackheart's Bay. At this point, you can play Blackheart's Bay if you play Hots. So it's different, yeah. Once the Trickle Protector's on the map, the camps disappear. Is that true? Okay. I wasn't sure. I thought Volskaya actually stayed up, but then I couldn't remember. So it's like 2 maps in this game. Blackheart's Bay, and no, three maps. Either way, they're still holding this. Like, this is the most wild part. Like, can we? Punisher? I mean, it does scale. Like, so if they get it at 12 minutes, it actually will be a little bit more powerful because I believe it scales per minute. Everyone's back up. 16 talents here will be in favor for the members of Celeb Gaming. They're going to try and jump onto this camp. Zugrug does get the vision onto that. Let's actually jump onto the vision for our red team and get an idea of what that's looking like, as they do grab the Mortar Punisher on the opposing side, and they're setting up for a defense into a team who has a talent tier advantage. Samuro and friends hearthing through bottom lane as they are just trying to push this up, get themselves a fort at least, so they have some periodic catapult pressure coming through that bottom lane. Punisher jumps over, baited over by Joanna. Nice use of the Iron Skin to make sure they're not going to get stunned out, so they can't capitalize onto that any further. Lornado coming out from the Deckard Cain will be, oh my god, that's a blessed shield to the face. Hanzo rips an arrow as well. That was a lot of damage on the Zugrug. Punisher still around 50% of his health, a little bit lower than that. They're stepping further forward. Leon Black trying to get some damage onto this Joanna, but Rainer's the first one to go down from the Greymane. We actually have kick from Chen coming in. This is actually such a split fight. Zugrug and friends have pulled the Punisher towards this maiden lane, or at least attempted to. Meanwhile, Leon Black is just putting some pressure onto them. Over here on the left-hand side, Stormwrath and Fire going to be popping off. CPX will be the target, but they don't find the kill onto them. Core's starting to fall rapidly, and it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, oh wait, Leon Black with the Night Rush as well, but ladies and gentlemen, we go to a Game 5 in our first best of 5 of the day. GG, well played. Baja, objective. Wait, what? What? I don't know if we'll get any new maps anytime soon, but I wonder if they'll rework Blackheart's Bay. They gotta fix Haunted Mines first. I want Haunted Mines back. Or just give us, like, you know how everyone wants, what's it called? Everyone wants, like, Blizz Classic games, like Blackthorn and Rock and Roll Racers and stuff like that? Why not just do like a Blizz Classic map? That would be really, really cool. Have the map mechanic be, you know, something from those old games. That'd be really cool. Verse sweep? It's possible. We're evened up here. Heavy's hootin'. Leon Black is just playing Mal'Ganis. Nerd, thank you for the follow. Carol, thank you for the follow as well. I'm glad you're all enjoying the content you're seeing. We are going to need to make another cup of tea between this match and the next, but that's a future Bahamut's issue. Liam OP. I honestly, like, a reverse sweep is the most wild thing to me. Mostly because, like, it's hard to bring back that momentum. Like, when you're down 2 games and it's all or nothing, I mean, it's not like they're going to be losing. They're not going to be knocked out. As I said, we're in double elimination, ladies and gentlemen. But we go to game 5. Leon? Yeah. Leon's just playing Leon. I'm not sure how you fix Blackheart's Bay and still keep the core aspects. Yeah, that's the hard part. That's why I want Haunted Mines back. God, I can't talk today. All right, really quickly, as I promised, I want to at least show you guys what the storm looks like outside. Oh, bandit. Come on. Come on. Okay. Sorry if any of you get a little motion sick or anything. Oops. Okay, bud. There you go. That is our storm outside today. It's a big one. We're supposed to get 11 inches today, 10 inches tomorrow. I think another few on Monday and Tuesday. Up in the mountains, it's supposed to be like 3 or 4 feet up there. It's supposed to be something wild. All right, I know what the map is. Let me just update all that, and let me update the scores, because I need to get that updated as well. All right, so lobbies made, make observer, set to referee, tournament, this, and it's going to be first pick going over to them. Okay. We'll organize the teams in a second. Let's get... So it's this. Yeah, that's... And it's going to be the pick of this. O'Malley Music, thank you for gifting a sub to Spob. Spob, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by.
Hello.
Winter go away? I love winter. We actually had a really, really bad season this year. We need the snow insanely bad. Like, we really, really need snow out here. And, I mean, I moved to a mountain town because I love snow. All right, so Hebi Maka. Okay, cool. One team is all set and ready to go. I miss being up in the mountains. Florida sucks. I can't, like, I moved from Metro Detroit area. So Michigan, like Metro Detroit, Michigan area. And there are days in the summer where you walk outside and it's so humid. Like you'll get dressed for work and everything like that. And you walk outside and you're just like sweating already. Like I can't like that. No, please stop. So I moved out here and we have low humidity. Like if you're okay with shoveling feet of snow a year, and like I enjoy it. Like it's like relaxing for me to go outside and like shovel the deck and then use the snowblower in the front yard. Like it's fun. Like I love doing it. Pirate, what? Why are you? Leon, he's our man. If he can't do it, pirate ban. Poor pirate. Humanity's the worst thing that happened. Yeah, humanity. Yeah, I do not like. It's. I don't miss Michigan. The few things I miss in Michigan are like 10 people and most of the food. Like that's about it. Like the seasons, I could not like. Winter right now is like they'll get a foot of snow and then have like 50-degree days and then get like rain. Like they go through 4 seasons during their regular seasons. Like Michigan doesn't have regular seasons. It's just whatever it feels like being. All right, let's see if the teams are ready and we'll get going into game number 5. Whew. And by the way, for anyone that's wondering, we have 2 more best of 5s after this one. As I said, we have a potential for 15 games of Heroes of the Storm today, and we are only in our first best of 5. Wait. At Val. Oh. Oh, no. I moved him. Whoopsie. Hold on. Make player. Set to captain. All right. I put the wrong hat. Okay. Going. Good luck. Have fun. All right, I'm getting hat changes at the last second. Okay, so that's all set. This is all set. We're all good. Let's get into game 5 and see who takes game 1 of our first best of 5 of the day. I'm super excited about this. I hope you are as well. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm S Division Playoffs. We find ourselves here with Celeb Gaming up against Perfect Gems, who are also up 2 in our first of 3 best of 5s, and we are going to be going to Dragonshire. If you're sitting at home still eating pizza and then realizing, wait a minute, we're on a new map, how did we get here? I got you covered. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Celeb Gaming. They were given first pick, they can either choose map pick or first pick priority as the higher seeded team. They're going to choose first pick for game 1. They banned out Sky Temple. I don't have an icon for it, but the members of Perfect Gems did ban out Garden of Terror, if you are wondering. Well, Sky was the first map chosen by Perfect Gems. They won that. The losing team has the option for first pick or map pick. Celeb opted for first pick for game 2. Members of Perfect Gems took us to Cursed Hollow. They won that map as well. Game number 3, Celeb opted for first pick, and Perfect Gems took us to Alterac. That was when the reverse sweep began, and we have Celeb Gaming winning that one. In game number 4, first pick was chosen by members of Perfect Gems. Infernal Shrines was chosen by Celeb, won by Celeb as well, and now we find ourselves here. Game number 5, the deciding game for the upper bracket, and who will go into the lower bracket to try and run back into the grand finals. We are going to be having Perfect Gems opting for first pick, and the members of Celeb Gaming choosing to take us to Dragonshire. Let's get back into our draft and see what we have thus far. Ana banned on the left. We have a Jaina banned on the right. That's a respect towards Tiger JK, because that Jaina got a whole lot of value consistently. Caster Math, both teams up by 2. Yes, Caster Math is always correct, but always wrong. Do I need less wine or much more wine? You know what you should do, Crushinator? You should pour a glass and then leave it in another room. Well, like leave it like further in the room that you're in, or go to your kitchen, and then make a snack and then sip on that while you're making a snack. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Either way. Celebrity Leon Black. Good to see all of you in chat. Gloomchew, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. Butt Nachos? That's a good name anyways. All right, we have a Joanna first pick. Leon Black actually being respected there, getting the Mal'Ganis banned out, as we also are going to be seeing a Sylvanas ban on the left. Stukov to be first picked on the left, as Hebby had a very good game on Infernal Shrines with that. Paired with the Stukov, Dragonshire, they could go into Dahaka early if they wanted to, or they could just wait for their solo lane. They could maybe just look for their main tank. Garrosh is still up and available. They're going to go for a Greymane instead. I mean, the dive potential from Greymane is really strong. He's a strong hero overall, and we saw, I believe, Maka in the last game get a whole lot of... Yeah, it was consistently Maka was chasing after people with that Greymane, so working out for them fairly well on that one. But now, Joanna first picked... Anduin's still up and available if they want to grab something like that. Decker Kane's a good option as well. Stukov already taken away. Hanzo and Yrel to be grabbed. Okay. They wanna lock down their solo lane immediately. But now, since they're showing the solo lane, I wonder, do they consider the Malthael pickup on the side of Celeb Gaming? Maybe even a Leoric as well? Butt Nachos is the snack of the Butt Guardians. Butt Nachos is the butt of Butt Guardians. That was good. That was good, Butt Spot. That was a good one. I don't know how Buzzbot managed to find more ways to buzz that, but found it. Yeah, exactly. Buzzbot value to be. I know. That was a really good one. Alrighty, Lucia to be banned out. No Boostia between lanes. No break it down for any sort of pause in the team fight. I'm a little surprised by the lack of Blaze we've seen in some of these matches. Seems like we've had a lot more priority onto things like, well, mostly Yrel. No priority into Leoric whatsoever either. Well, Malthael's been banned out here and there. And so there it is. Like, I was just like, do they actually consider the Malthael ban into that Yrel? And they're going to. Misha and Rexar, I like how I say the bear first. Misha and Rexar are an option as well. Leoric's not a bad option into Yrel either. Mobility is pretty good to chase or even get away from her. And then main tank-wise, with a Greymane, they could actually look to go for an Anub'arak. Anub'arak with a Burrow Charge, Greymane dives in, you have a Lurking On from Stukov, maybe you have that Entomb from Leoric, but no, they're going to be going to a Chen and a Maiev, so mobility. They're going to dive and look to get in, as well as the things they also have a good way to disengage against the enemy team. Greymane has the Dark Flight, you have Kick from the Chen if you can kick to the right target, or, kick away, or maybe you just wander in Keg, And then you have Maiev with the Spirit of Vengeance to be able to blink away as well. Last 2 picks coming out from the right-hand side. They're going to need a healer as well as probably some sort of mage, or they could... I'd say like a mage. Like a Kael'thas wouldn't be bad here, and then maybe grabbing something like an Anduin as well. I think those would be great together. But a Junkrat for some disruption, some poke potential, very good. And then you also have those steel traps to catch. But Deathwing snap picked from the members of Celeb Gaming. This means we have a main tank Deathwing. And there's not a whole lot to deal with this Deathwing. Hanzo can go into Giant Slayer, and I think that's about it. I think that's the only, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think that's really the only big sort of damage increase they can get through talents on the side of Perfect Gems. I'll be honest, this draft right here, this is a really good draft for a game number 5. I'm super pumped about this. I hope you all are as well. Wait. Bloodspot. Bloodspot's evolving. I like how I went for the butt Keg W. Deathwing main tank. I'm excited about this. This is going to be an interesting game. Maiev main tank. She does actually have, I believe she has some armor abilities as well. I think it was a Colorado School of Mines ran a main tank Yrel or something like that. Yrel and Hanzo are both great Deathwing counters. Let's see if it works out for them. Game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Yrel does have percent damage, armor reduction at 16. Thank you. I wasn't sure about that. Coda, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, friend. On the left-hand side, we got Celeb Gaming, Leon Black on the Deathwing, Maka to be on the Greymane, we have Vespertine on the Chen Heavy, the Hoot on that Stukov, and Tiger JK on the Maiev. On the right-hand side, we have the members of Perfect Gems. Valimar on the Yrel. CPX will be on the Junkrat. Legacy is going to be on the Hanzo. Unaverted on the Hanzo. Legacy on the Rhaegar. And we have Zugrug on the Joanna. There we go. Sorry, just making sure we have all of our settings correct here. Nothing really too out of the ordinary for our level 1s. Definitely going to be just getting some Bolt and Blast through this mid lane to clear things out. Chen going to be kicking back as Tiger JK is going to try and get an Umbral Bind onto a couple players. I don't think they actually got a pull onto anyone. Junkrat did go into the bottom lane to just start soaking out right there. As this will be, hold on, look at this chase onto Vesper in top lane. They do pop that stagger, that's why you're seeing that gold shield around them. Gonna get pushed around, and that will be Chen trying to drink through the pain, but they end up going down. Chen kills Chen early in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, don't drink in heroes. That's the moral of that story right there. As this will be mid lane clear, and they're going to just continue to do 4-member rotations. This is what we were talking a little bit earlier about Dragonshire. This is definitely a map where you can go into that 4-member rotation between mid to bottom, or run a 1-1-3, where you have 1 in top, 1 in mid, and 3 in bottom, just holding that over. But right now, a fast camp from both sides to be pushed into the top lane to help the solo laners out. Early game experience doesn't yield a ton, but it still is experience over your enemy team, so they will be getting 303 experience from that early kill onto Chen. Poggies is not enabled. There's Pog Slide. I feel like Pog Slide is like the next tier, right?
Inherit the Dragon Knight's power and lay waste to this.
Or it just might be the spelling. I don't 100% know it. I have actually for my BTTV. Like I just have a list, and I'm just like, I added the things that I kind of like. Bandit just ran to the other room to grab another toy. 4's up on both sides. Potential Dragonite for the members of Celeb Gaming as they invade onto the siege camp on the right-hand side. Unaverted and friends just trying to put some pressure onto this Deathwing, working their way through that level 1 questing talent on the Simple Geometry. Also, some players swapping a little bit right there. You do have that, you know, I believe it was CPX was on the Hanzo in the last game, and now Unaverted on that Hanzo. I might be wrong on that. CPX, I can't remember off the top of my head. Chat knows the answer. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm looking at chat really quickly, and it's just this is Final Fantasy X, just the tightest thing. Anyways, alright. Dragonite potential is going to be stopped right there, and top lane Valimar going to be holding the point for now. Vesper's trying to 1v1 into them, just kicking around, putting some damage into them as Rhaegar and Hanzo are rotating up there. Currently have the camp and bottom lane to be grabbed. This will be scouted out by, I believe Junkrat is seeing this. I think they're throwing a couple of those grenades. Yeah, they can see that the enemy team is on that camp. Meanwhile, in top lane, there's 3 members pushing in with a camp as well, so they're just trying to get some pressure up here, open up this top lane, and make Chen's life a lot more difficult. This 7 talent tier is not too far off, and they're going to continue to hold this over and run it down through top lane, but look at bottom lane is the exact same situation. They're going to be trying to run this down through bottom. So the solo lane matchup is going to be difficult for the Chen, but the core 4 that are going to be brawling out over the bottom lane that you typically do see is going to be a little bit more difficult now for them as well. This is going to be pretty much a trade when it comes to our structures. Look at the Joanna, though, is trying to sneak over here and grab that, grab the objective. They can see this. This is currently the vision of Maka. Steel Trap does connect onto them. They have the potential for a Dragonite. Mid lane, Legacy going for the channel, grabs it, and that will be perfect gems with first Dragonite of game number 5. Type Pog and then use tab to see the choices. There you go. That's a good way to do it. I learned that from Day actually like a month ago. I remember her typing that or saying that somewhere else. Currently going to have Hanzo using the agility to get over there. I couldn't see the model correctly, but I just saw them leap. Greymane's going to get kicked back. Dragonite's going to be falling, getting not a whole lot of damage through mid lane. It's an early game Dragonite, doesn't hit that hard. This is going to be Chen still managing top lane, trying to push this back and make sure they don't lose too much. I mean, they did lose their fort, but still, it was at least balanced, you could say, by grabbing the fort in the bottom lane. I hate top for bot trades on this map. Yeah, I was actually just about to say, like, it isn't really like 100% a trade, because like I think the top lane is going to be so much more difficult for that Chen. But at the same time, like bottom lane, like the sustain's gone down here, and you typically have bigger team fights. Granted, though, in this game that's not really the case. We've actually been seeing a lot of the team fights and a lot of the pressure going straight into top lane, which is also one of the worst lanes to be pushing through. I want to point out that Deathwing actually can eat or just walk through all of these steel traps to make sure that they're eating, because it's not going to do anything to them. So that might be a good way for them to kind of shut it down. Anyways, Siege Camp to be grabbed. There's going to be a Scatter Arrow bouncing around right there. 11 stacks out of the 24 on Averges. They get the Cleanse as well as the Iron Skin. A little double overlap onto that as now they try and trying to dive onto one player, but it's not going to be the case. We should have our Dragonite phase announced fairly soon. It's a short cooldown in between the two of them, or in between the objective and when it's up and available again. Either way, sorry, I'm trying to cycle through the other talents right now as we have an invade onto this camp. This will be Lurking Arm, pulling them back in with the Umbra Vine. That's a whole lot of damage coming out. Hanzo does finish up the Scatter Arrow. Leon Black so very low, trying to make their way out with some 50 health over there on the left-hand side. Deathwing manages to take flight. That is risky. They actually drop. They have Skyfall as well from level 7. Warden's Cage was used. I think they were trying to pull Legacy in, but still finding 3-4 kills, excuse me, in that engagement. That is huge for the members of Celeb Gaming, as they're going to look to open up bottom lane further and get some pressure going here in game number 5, even further into bottom lane. You see those meteorites dropping down. That's the level 7 talent, as I said, Skyfall from Deathwing. Lurking Arm from Stukov, just trying to zone them back as they're trying to step up with Catapult and 4 Siege Giants. Siege Giants are throwing stones for 191, but realistically you can double that because they get 2 stones out a second. They get 2 autos a second. Deathwing clearing top lane as they landed up here. Nice angling onto this. They also grabbed the objective beforehand. I think they landed on the objective, so they can look for a channel potential onto this. The enemy team will be able to poke at them. Looking at our arrows going narrowly through the enemy team. Or I guess narrowly missing. Can we talk about Rocket Rive right now for all my homies? Junkrat, Deathwing, Cataclysm coming out from the Deathwing. Vesper does have the Storm Earth and Fire. If they want to jump into the enemy team, they're going to do so. Unaverted going to get the Agility over the wall and the Ancestral Healing from the Rhaegar. Vesper is going to be jumping in, getting the slow into a couple players. It's going to be the Lurking Arm coming out from the Stukov as well. They're diving and splitting the enemy team. Valimar getting very low, does manage to get behind the gate. Deathwing, no, excuse me, Chen looking to get the channel onto this objective. Hanzo with a Sonic Arrow to stall things out. Junkrat is throwing out grenades. Maka is just eating damage, just trying to block that coming in as they step further forward. It would have actually been kind of funny to see Deathwing inside of the Dragonite. Like, just, I heard you like dragons. Let's put a dragon inside of your dragon. But second objective phase, first one for the members of Celeb Gaming, going to be trying to open up this mid lane. You just saw Deathwing's shadow go across the map. They're taking flight, trying to get themselves that armor plating back as well as heal up. On top of that, they've got a little bit of health that they need, and they should be able to drop back down. I believe it's I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a 8-second cooldown from when you drop. Oh, that's better than more, excuse me. Yes, it's 4 seconds, I believe. Anyways, They did go into Bellowing Roar as well. That's one thing that I wanted to note, as they're going to be pushing on this bottom lane keep with this Dragonite, going to kick the Junkrat away. Currently have the massive shove out from the Stukov to push back Valimar. Dragonite and Deathwing going to be able to grab this. That's going to be a Rocket Ride coming out from the Junkrat. They're trying to get the damage onto Leon. Does find it right there. Currently going to have Chen inside this Dragonite. Hanzo rips another arrow, just narrowly going through the enemy team. Warden's Cage coming out from Maiev. They're looking to turn this around or just use it as a disengage tool. Zugrug in a bit of a rough spot. They don't have Iron Skin, so you see them just kind of back and forth, walking around in there. And now they're able to disengage, run through bottom lane, and they only lose their Deathwing, getting themselves a keep in bottom lane. Very well played from the members of Celeb Gaming, but Perfect Gems want to chase this. Even though they're down a talent, they know that there's no Deathwing, so they can try and play as aggressive. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do so, and they're just going to back off, grab themselves a camp for bottom lane, and see if they're able to add some pressure down there. Top lane is going to be stacked up a little bit, but Chen should be able to manage that fairly soon. Tab is the way Hadn't noticed I've been watching Caldo for like 8 hours now. What's up, Langaria? How you doing, friend? If the Queen of Papagas says so, obey French bread. Or excuse me, baguette. Narrowly, yeah. Thank you, Day. Thank you. All right. Vesper and Valimar still battling out on top. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it up here. I'm gonna leave the talents up for a little bit. I want to cycle through the damage and everything once again. Leon Black looking to put some pressure into Zugrug. They end up just backing off right there, and they move through top lane, trying to get themselves a trade into these top lane forts. No Bellowing Roar used just yet either, which is a little surprising to me. They might go for it right here. The angle's pretty good. They're trying to. I think they're trying to push the 2 tanks backwards. Managed to at least get Valimar. Currently have a Warden's Cage actually right in front of the Death Bridge, and they're going to step up onto that one. Rocket Ride coming out. Hanzo rips an arrow. There's so many members. Oh, they end up splitting. That worked out pretty well. Leon Black lunging forward. That's going to be unaverted, getting the Ancestor healing as they do try and back off. Zugrug getting very low, and they actually thought about turning around to that, and they go, well, there's a Molten Breath hitting your face, as we do currently have a camp pushing out through bottom lane. Deathwing going to be taking flight. I'd expect them to land on the objective point. So I believe it's 4 seconds. They're going to throw their meteorites down. Junkrat's going to be coming down here to try... Oh, they're actually going to land on the wave. Okay. Junkrat realizes the Deathwing, and they're just like, all right, I'm good. Maka once again in the position to be able to block and slow the enemy team down. Massive shove from the Stukov, unaverted, trying to get the arrows in. Zugrug does not get anything out because that was a really good lurking arm from Heavy, and they grab another Dragonite. Do they try and walk this through bottom lane? They've got 16 talent tier advantage on the side of Celeb Gaming. We currently have Urel just rotating back down to join to the friendly team for the defense. I'm doing more than fine. No date with the girlfriend this weekend, so I can watch the best playoffs and like there's no tomorrow. I'm like, for people who are like just able to like sit and watch the games all weekend, like this has got to be so like this has just got to be like non-stop Here's the Storm content, because like EU starts before most people in at least the West Coast people. Like most people are probably, oh my god, the EU game's already going on by the time like the West Coast is waking up. And the East Coast might catch a little bit at the beginning just because of the timing and everything like that. So it's interesting to me, like, it's nonstop. There's probably like a solid like 16 to 20 hours of Here's the Storm content just Saturday and Sunday. I'm pumped about this. I'm pumped to be the one bringing you all these fun games. Dragonite is gonna get taken down. They do get the mid lane for it, as well as the keep front gate. 16 talents here, not too far off for Perfect Gems, but they're going to try and turn this around. Leon Black taking a lot of damage. They do pop the Bellowing Roar, splitting off the Urel from the friendly team. That's going to be a leap forward, that onslaught from Leon Black, getting them away from the Rocket Ride. Hanzo does go down in the top part of our screen. We did miss that, as they're going to be chasing further in. Greymane dives out. Absorption was used by Urel, and now the keep is starting to be sieged through mid. Maka does roll forward. They have enough to share from Chen, giving some shielding to the friendly team. Going to kick away. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get this keep here. They're holding them back, but the Hanzo is down, and I think they really want to be able to try and push in further, or even grab themselves a second kill. EU didn't start Friday. They crammed it all into 2 days. Wedge asked me when he was scheduling everything. He's just like, here's the 2 potential brackets. We either do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or we do Saturday, Sunday. And I literally said, I was like, I will work with whatever the teams want. Like, I would rather the teams decide the schedule and feel comfortable and, like, you know, at a pacing that they like, rather than me being like, well, I just want all the content Saturday, Sunday. Like, no, I'm happy that they split into 3 days for NA. I think it works out really well. You have one match. Well, there was 2 matches yesterday, but they were on top of each other, and then you have overall you basically get like each caster will get 1 match Friday, 3 matches Saturday, 3 matches Sunday. That's a pretty good breakdown in my opinion. Anyways, Scatter Arrow coming out, Cataclysm coming out from the Deathwing to get closer to the enemy team. They're going to dive forward, not able to lunge or get that value onto anyone. That's going to be the not the upgrade on Rocket Ride, but they're just going to be chasing in onto Leon Black as they take a whole lot of damage. Lurking Arm coming out, Hanzo rips an arrow, doesn't slow Deathwing, but still gets the damage onto them as they chase further forward onto Zugrug. They got a good wave coming in here. Deathwing going to take flight. Greymane dives forward with the go for the throat. No, actually, they're still holding it. That was the Dark Flight I think they used onto them. Deathwing does find a kill with the Skyfall. Greymane might actually stole that away. Lurking Arm coming out, the slows will be there. Deathwing lands on top. That is going to be Uriel's Hammer going for a flight right there as CPX is stuck inside the Warden's cage. They find the kill, and the members of Celeb Gaming wipe Perfect Gems, sending Perfect Gems into the bottom bracket for S Division playoffs for season number 2. GG, well played. Celeb Gaming continues up through the upper bracket. What a series, ladies and gentlemen. What a series. Good thing there's a pandemic so everyone's schedule opened up. It's great. Here's the thing. Isolate yourself, order a pizza, and watch Here's the Storm.